We are live. Hey guys, I'm Wolfie. It's been a while. I know. Well, it's just been like a few days, but I'm back. I'm healthy, feeling good. I'm feeling great. Hope you guys have an excellent, just amazing, mind-blowing weekend so far. An excellent Friday. We're going to jump into some 49ers news, which is the latest conversation with the San Francisco 49ers. And then we're going to jump into a 32-team live mock draft. I've already done a mock draft off live before where I just kind of wanted to do it myself and kind of just jump into it. But we're going to do another one for all 32 teams in the first round and really just kind of like make the first round something like you get an idea of what you guys think will happen, what I think will happen. I'll definitely hear you guys out, and then we'll make the picks together. Then if we have enough time, we'll talk about, what are the picks that the 49ers should take at number 11, second round, third round? Like, what are those needs there? You know what I'm talking about? And yeah, that's pretty much what we will do. And talk about. So thank you guys for being here. Appreciate y'all. Val in the house. Just go 49ers. Same here, man. Go 49ers. Bang, bang. Niner gang. What up, Wolfie and the Wolfpack? Says Papa J, the best mod a bro could ask for. I appreciate you being here. Thank you, everyone who's taking the time to be here today. Be sure to hit that like button. If you haven't hit that like button already, that's what's up. Showing some love. That's what I like to see. Okay, that's what I like to see. And, of course, we're brought to you by water. Super good for you. It's good for your skin. It's good for your body. It's good for your organs. It's good for your bowels, right? It's good for your stomach. Wink, wink. So drink a cup of water today. Feel good. All right, here we go. H2O. It's the way to go. All right, we got Salvador in the house. Good to see you. What's up, Wolfie? How are you? Bang, bang, not again. I'm feeling fantastic. I'm feeling a lot better than it was the past 2 days. And now I am healthy again. Definitely. I got bags under my eyes for how much I've been just sleeping and resting and just, dealing with stomach problems. But it all should go away soon. Should be feeling better soon. Feeling pretty good. And we're showing some love. That's what I like to see. Let's go ahead and jump into the first thing that I saw today that I thought would be kind of interesting conversation to have. Nick Bosa was recently ranked as number 5th in defensive player to build your team around. I like Nick Bosa. I think he could, I think that he should be playing better than he actually is, but the 5th best player you like to build around, I don't know about that. I'm going to add that to the stage so you guys can see it. NFL.com made this list, so, I'm actually shocked by that. It's not just some, side piece, person saying, hey, some random article place or PFF or something. This is NFL saying this, so this is kind of interesting. So this is what they have to say about is Bucky Brooks. NFL.com's Bucky Brooks asked the question for defenses thanks to Parsons' looming contract extension, making a top 10 list of defensive players to build around. Not necessarily players to say, hey, all right, would you have this? Would you rather have this defensive end or whatever? Just players you like to build around, which is interesting. Which is an interesting subject, something interesting to talk about there. At number 1 was Parsons. It's a solid choice. I don't know about number 1. I would easily take Myles Garrett. I know he's the best defensive end, so it's kind of cheating there. But Myles Garrett, man, I'd much rather build around the best defensive end in the NFL. But anyway, Bucky has 49ers defensive end Nick Bosa at number 5, which I thought was interesting. Because if I was going to be honest with you, I'd almost rather pick Fred Warner, which is mentioned in this article, than Nick Bosa to build around. I like Nick Bosa, but he's not the best pass rusher in the NFL. He's borderline number 5, maybe even number 6, right? Nick Bosa is coming off a disappointing season by his standards, tallying 9 sacks in 14 games in 2024. But the 5-time Pro Bowler in 2019 Defensive Rookie of the Year remains a hot commodity in the NFL scouting community due to his pass rushing prowess of off the edge. He's okay He's okay a run stopper. Sometimes he misses tackles. It's kind of his weakness is that he misses tackles. I can't tell you how many times this dude does not. Sometimes, man, he has a player dead to rights and then just gets completely his ankles break. He's totaled 62.5 sacks over 82 games, including 18.5 in 2022 when he had won Defensive Player of the Year. As a masterful technician with exceptional hand-to-hand combat skills, Bosa whip blockers with the kinds of arm overs and two-hand swipes that could serve as teaching tape of the NFL coaching clinic. Given the importance of featuring a closer on the front line who can wrap up a game with a key sack or pressure. I don't know. I mean, I did see Nick Bosa had Baker Mayfield that one time just dead to rights and could not make it happen. So I don't know about that. The veterans' impactful potential would be sure to Piquet. Look at this word. Would be to PQ. I don't even heard of that fucking word. Who brings up what's PQ mean? Stimulate, interest, or curiosity. PQ, Piqua. I've never heard of PQ before in my life. I've never heard of that word before in my life. But apparently it means stimulate, interest or curiosity. So if you guys ever been like talking to your family or whatever, and you'd be like, hey, this movie is I find it very PQ. To impress your family there you go. The interest of team builders seeking a blue chip building block. Now, honestly, I would much rather have Fred Warner, obviously mentioned in this article. I think I'd rather build around Nick Bosa. Not Nick Bosa, but Fred Warner. Let's see if I could conjure up on the top of my head players that I think I'd much rather build around. Myles Garrett would be one. Fred Warner, I think I would honestly take over him, which probably says a lot for a lot of other players. Defensive player wise, maybe arguably Max Crosby almost. What else? Parsons. I'd probably take Nick Bosa over Parsons in building around aspect of things, because Nick Parsons more of a shower, and I did like what they said about in the article, which is like he also teaches players. That's exactly what Nick Bosa does. I think I'd rather have Max Crosby, because not only that, he's also a team leader and he's a vocal leader. So I'd much rather have that. Same thing with Myles Garrett. So Fred Warner, Myles Garrett, Max Crosby. Oh, man, I'm trying to think of any other players on the top of my head. And I'm drawing blanks right now. Defensive players currently that I'd rather build around. Maybe Nick Bosa at 5 isn't too bad now that I think about it. Broncos, I can't really think of anyone. I would say Dre Greenlaw, man, if he didn't have the injury-prone situation there. Dallas doesn't really have anyone. Trayvon Diggs, no. Parsons. I guess I wouldn't take Parsons over Nick, though. Texans, maybe Will Anderson, because Will Anderson is solid over there. Man, I'm trying to think. You know what? That's actually kind of Vita Vea. I think I'd much rather take Vita Vea. So that's 4. So right now Nick would be at 5, but I'd much rather have Vita Vea to build around. Defensively at the Washington Commanders, Bobby Wagner's too old, but if he was younger, definitely Bobby Wagner there. Eagles, they got what? Jalen Carter, I'd probably pick Jalen Carter over Nick Bosa to build around. My only problem with Jalen Carter is he's a bit of an attitude, but my God, is he dominant. Helps out. Jalen Carter's dominance in the defensive line helps out the rest of the D-line. You can't say that for Nick Bosa. Who else? So he's close, I guess, like top 6, top 5. I guess that's close. I mean, it's not too bad. But yeah. All right. How in the world did they come up with that statistic? I don't know. I actually don't think it's that bad now that I think about it. If you really actually think about it, you break it down, I actually don't think that's that bad. I can't really think of another defensive player I'd rather build around. But it's up. I mean, I would say he's top 10 for sure, because I'm kind of struggling to think of anybody else. If you guys got anybody that you could think of, but I think that's actually not that bad. No, I think about it. So. Salvador Greenwolf, Fred before Nick. Yeah, I'd much rather do Fred. Fred is just a leader. You know, he does all kinds of things at that. I think he helps the defense be better. While Nick Bosa is just a good pass rusher in my eyes. I don't think he actually makes the defense better, and that's the thing. While, like, Jalen Carter makes the entire defensive line better. Nick Bosa's issue is finishing pause and against the run. He gets in the backfield and gets pressure of the QB, but he doesn't always get the sack. Yeah, he knows how to get there, make some move and stuff, man, but for some reason, this tackling, man, is such an issue. Like I cannot get the image. Every time I think of Nick Bosa, like 3 images pop in my head. One of him, like, doing some sort of like swim move, right? Or him standing like this, where he does that little with his helmet like up here. Or it's the one where Baker Mayfield's got the stiff arm on him, and Nick Bosa's like struggling to bring him down. And it's just like, dude. So, hey, we're showing some love. Juan in the house. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Juan doing good. Piquet, which is pick. Its pronunciation is pick. Peak. Okay. Peak the entrance. Oh, okay. That makes a lot more sense. Okay. I always thought peak was spelled different. But thanks guys for pointing out peak. I was like, Piquet. Pourquoi? What kind of word is that? I've never heard that word. Pique the interest. Okay, that makes a lot more sense, guy. Pourquoi? Yeah, I don't hate that list. If we draft Mike Green, expect Nick to finally have 14 and a half sacks, 14 to 15 sacks. I hope so, man, because he's been – the thing with Nick Bosa, man, he just hasn't had that guy on the other side to really kind of compliment him for quite some time. He hasn't had that kind of production since on the other side, since the closest it gets is probably Omenihu and D Ford before his like neck injury really took over his career. After that, he's never really had a true pass rusher on the other side to help him out. That's the thing about Nick Bosa. The reason why I don't think he's probably the best guy to build around, just because he doesn't make players better on the defensive line. And that's kind of an issue, I think, in my eyes. And so, honestly, if we can get another guy on the other side, I think it would help out Nick Bosa a lot. But that interior that can bend the line is such a priority, man, that honestly, the D-line, Nick Bosa is the only one on that line that has any kind of threat. There's a lot of work there. There's definitely a lot of work there. But I do agree that Mike Green would definitely help out the defense a lot. I like Mike Green. Honestly, one of my favorite pass rushers in a mock draft I've recently done so far. I actually am a big fan of Mike Green. I picked him at number 11 over Membu. I know some people hate that, but I was thinking about the need and the player that would be perfect for not only the need, but also worthy of the 11th pick. And I thought to myself over and over and over again, I was like, who is that pass rusher? Who is that defensive player over Membu if we weren't going to take him? It's just Mike Green, man. Mike Green just screams 49er. Mike Green just screams it because not only do I like him a lot, and I wouldn't mind seeing Mike Green on a pass rushing jersey, but the 49ers have done a lot of research with him, have done a lot of one-on-one with Mike Green, and they've shown a lot of love for that player, that it just makes a lot of sense for Mike Green to be the pick at 11. And I'm a fan. If we picked Membu over Mike Green, not the end of the world. I would not hate it. I would not hate it. I know, like Juan just said, like there's some accusations and stuff like that, but there's no proof behind that. There's been no, like based on investigation, nothing really screams guilty there or anything like that. So I think he's going to be drafted just fine. Outside of that, I think some say he has character issues, but a lot of players in this draft that are like top tier are coming out with, oh, he has character issues. Oh, he has character issues. This guy has character issues. Jalen Walker has character issues. Tyler Warren has character issues. Like everyone is just being like, I want this guy to fall in the draft. So we're going to say character issues. That's what I feel like is happening. And with my research with Mike Green, there just isn't enough for me to be like, keep away from him. It's not like Reuben Foster, for example. Like Reuben Foster had just a litany of just crap against him where you're just like, but he's so good though, man. He is so good. With Mike Green, there's like a couple accusations. I guess he has an attitude, but I've seen interviews with him. He seems fine to me. I just think that Mike Green is just the way to go, man. I think Mike Green is probably the way to go, if not Membu, to be honest with you. I think Mike Green might be D4 with a higher ceiling. I hope so. I think Mike Green's got high potential. He's got a bag. He's got a bag too. He's fast off the line. He's not as fast as James Pierce, of course, but he's definitely one of the fastest in this draft. amazing IQ with the bag as well. He could set the edge too. And the only knock really on Mike Green, and he probably would be higher on in drafts, is if it's just the school he went to, which was Marshall, and a lot of people are holding that against him. So, and I don't think that's fair, to be honest with you. Be sure to hit that like button, guys. If you haven't hit that like button already, we got one like, baby. We got one like. All right, supporting the channel. Supporting the channel, baby. Let's go. All right, next up, we got George Kittle, predicting George Kittle's next contract. Here's an article that I will bring up to share with you guys so you guys can see who is the most highest paid tight ends in the league, so you can get an idea of what George Kittle is probably going to end up getting paid up in her. Trey McBride recently got paid, became the highest paid tight end in the league. In my opinion, well-deserved. He's a very good tight end. I mean, other than the fact that he dropped a game-winning touchdown last year that probably would have sent the Cardinals to the playoffs, and it bounced in his hands and got intercepted. Outside of that, man, he's a phenomenal tight end. I think, in my opinion, deserves to the well over the $19 million a year. He deserves that kind of contract. So there's that. But he did have like that drop, which turned into an interception, which was bad. So Trey McBride, again, $19 million. It's pretty simple. Give George Kittle $20 million a year for 2 years, 3 years, whatever it may be. The man's well-deserved it. Like, even if he's not as good as he was years before, he was still pretty solid. So, I mean, this is easy. And I'm going to say this, though, that there are certain players on the 49ers that, there are certain players on the 49ers where if the 49ers traded them, there would be a riot. There would be people would be screaming and be like, I'm not watching the 49ers this entire year. There would be issues. And George Kittle being one of them. George Kittle is going to get paid. George Kittle is going to be the highest paid tight end in the NFL at some point. That is for a fact. Like, that is a fact. And he's going to turn 32 years old. So be it 2 years, 3 years, whatever it may be, George Kittle has deserved that money. We love him. I love him. You guys love him. It's just, you cannot undersell George Kittle and what he does and what he means to this team. So it's not one of those things where you have question marks or whatever, and it's like, hey, he didn't deserve that money. No, there is no choice here but to give this man at least $20 million a year. Make it work. Make it happen. Like this article said, he's a 6-time Pro Bowler, 2-time first-team All-Pro, phenomenal guy, and his ability to block hasn't gone down. His production is what it is because of the offense, but you just can't move off of George Kittle and be like, hey, you know what? We're gonna mess with you a little bit, and then be like, we're gonna drag on these contract extension negotiations all the way until the start of the new season. You can't do that, man. Do what you've always done, which is get contract extensions done in like June, July, whatever it may be. And that's when I predict George Kittle to actually get paid. I expect George Kittle to get paid in June or July. That's when I think the extension is going to get done. It just makes too much sense. You know what I mean? So that's the situation with George Kittle. He's going to be the highest paid player. It's going to be $20 million a year for the next 2, maybe 3 years, something like that, because he's going to turn 32 at that point. All right. That is the George Kittle situation happening there. All right. Jeff in the house. What a Wolfie. Mike Green is a stud. Deepest bag of pass rush moves in the class, and they consistently work, especially spin move. He's had the last best 3-cone time in this class of any edge linebacker. I didn't know that. Coming in with the facts, Jeff. I appreciate that. Be sure to hit that like button, guys. If you haven't hit that like button already, I did not know that, Jeff. That's good information. Yeah, I like Mike Green, man. When I was doing the mock draft, when I was like, okay, our pick's coming up, I saw Membu there. I was like, okay, obviously, I didn't purposely. When I was doing the mock draft, I had one conviction when I was doing the mock draft. Don't force a player to fall to the team that I like, or force a pick to a player, don't force a player to a team that I feel like that's the best fit. I was just like, okay, let the board fall the way the board falls. Do I like this player for this team? Whatever. Is it the pick for them? And that's what I did, and just let the board fall the way it did. Some of them were like, okay, based on my research, because some picks I was thinking to myself, I did like 5 or 6 mock drafts, like literally 5 or 6 mock drafts before I actually posted that one. Because when I was going through it, I was like, oh, I don't really know their needs. Oh, I don't really know what the fan base wants. Oh, I don't know what they're really actually treating. So what I did was, as I was going through the mock draft, whenever I got stuck or if I felt like I don't know about their positions of need, I went and did my research. I went to the Panthers mock draft on YouTube, did players that they are mostly interested in. Panthers, I did that one. Bears, shockingly enough, a lot of people wanted edge rusher or tackle. So there was those two. And if Genty fell to them, that's probably a pick that I probably would have given him at 10. The Bengals, shockingly enough, I thought it was going to be defense. But a lot of fans are saying we need offensive line, we need guards. So I thought Membu was perfect for them at that point. Linebacker was for the Rams. So Jahad Campbell, even though I don't think he's a first-round linebacker, I thought for that defense in particular, like if you added Jahad Campbell to that defensive line, I thought that would have been a perfect place for him. Scary. Some people were like wide receiver, and I thought to myself, they got Devontae Adams. They got Puka Nacua. They can get someone later on in the draft to be their third wide receiver if they wanted to. So I did my research when I was going through all of it. So I did like 5 or 6 mock drafts, and each one took about like 20 to 25 minutes. So I spent like all freaking fracking day making mock drafts, trying to make the perfect one. And that's the one I came out with. And so when our pick came up from Mike Green, I was like, 49ers fans are going to be upset that I did not pick Membu here. I know it. They're not going to like it. But the more I thought about it, the more I did those mock drafts, I was like, Mike Green's the pick. Mike Green's the guy. The more I did it, I was like, it's him. It's got to be him at 11. High potential. It helps when I was doing my research. A lot of fans who were picking later on, like the Falcons, Cardinals, the Ravens, many teams that wanted edge rushers for their squad were saying Mike Green, Mike Green, Mike Green, Mike Green. Some fans were saying, oh, I'd rather have Mike Green over Jalen Walker. But the consensus for the Panthers was edge, and it was Jalen Walker. So when it came to our thing, I was like, okay, seems like this guy's very coveted. 49ers have done all the research on Mike Green. He has a very high ceiling. He has a bag, phenomenal player. And I just thought to myself, this is the guy. The more and more I thought about it, I was like, it's him. It's him. It's going to be Mike Green. Mike Green at 11. The more I thought about it. What up, Jeff? Showing some love is Papa J. That's what I like to see. We saw that Mike Green did against good competition versus Ohio State, has a good game and a sack, and then at the Senior Bowl, he dominated, put Josh Connor's ass. I'll never forget that, dude. That's honestly, when he put Josh Connolly on his ass, that's when his value really skyrocketed. That's when it became something else entirely. And I liked him before that. I just want to take credit. I want to take credit that I liked Mike Green before he did that to Connolly. But you are correct. Like he has dominant games. Not once did I see any of his great plays be sloppy ones or ones that just kind of came to him or ones that felt like, it was the mistake by the tackle or whatever. He earned everything that came his way, and the motor that he has. I just love Mike Green. I cannot stress that enough. Pay George $25 million if you have to. He's so good. He still has at least 2 to 3 years left in him, and he helps that locker room together. Exactly. He is the glue. Okay, you think that Greenlaw was the glue to the defense where everyone just like the steroids in the arm of the entire defense? George Kittle is the if anybody's ever down and out, he's the happy pill. He's the chill pill. He's the, hey, man, just smoke some pot and calm down, man, type personality. He just chills you out. Whenever things get too serious, he brings you back down to earth and just says, hey, man, it's okay. It's okay. He is like one of the greatest leaders of a locker room that I've ever seen. Like, I mean that. Like when I think of a leader, George Kittle is like the epitome of it. He's just outstanding. That's something you got to pay for. That's not players like that do not fall out of trees. Players like that you have to pay. Even if his production is down a little bit, let's say he doesn't have the best season this year or whatever, fans are not going to hate on George Kittle. They're going to be like, hey, man, he's 32 years old, still worthy of the $20 million. He helps the entire locker room. He helps the offense, the defense, special teams. He's the guy, man. And so you cannot, like, George Kittle is going to go down as one of the greatest, obviously one of the greatest tight ends of all time, but he's going to go down as probably top 5 greatest 49ers of all time. And I mean that. Like, there's Jerry Rice, obviously, there's Joe Montana, Steve Young. You could argue that George Kittle has thrown himself in the top 5. Like, just because not only of his play and dominant play alone, it's just his personality, his leadership, and the way he stamped himself as a 49er. It's so crazy, the player that we got in the 5th round, George Kittle. And when he retires, man, it's going to be you guys know that song? You guys know that song? I'm probably going to do a tribute. What's that song? It goes, if you could return, don't let it burn, don't let it fade. You're going to hear that song while some sort of like George Kittle is playing, and then a tear is going to come down your eye when he retires. He's just that type of player, man. Pay him his money. I don't care what it takes. So, but yeah, pay $25 million if you have to. It's worth it, man. It's worth it. All right, we're showing some love. Jeff showing some love to Jay. That's cool to see. Juan. All right, Jeff. Hello. What's up, Val? Hey, we're showing some love. We can't afford not to pay him. Exactly. I'd much rather give up a player to keep him. If Kittle's traded, then we will be big harassment campaigns against Jed York. I thought about that the other day. I can't remember. I don't remember what I thought about this. Is when the Trey McBride contract came in, and it was like a week late. I want to say it was Friday when I had like stomach pains and everything. It was just a terrible day for me. But I was thinking about it. I was like, how much does he get paid? And then I was thought to myself, like, what if like the 49ers traded him? What if they just traded George Kittle? And I thought to myself, my God, the outrage. My God, the amount of people that would be. There would be riots. I think there would actually be genuine. There would be burning of flags. Okay, there would be burning of flags. People throwing away their hats. Like, I think out of like anyone on the team, even Brock Purdy. Like, if you think about it, and I'd love to hear what you guys think. Out of all the players to get rid of, who would be a player that would upset you the most if they traded? I'm not going to lie to you. If they traded, I'd almost rather see Brock Purdy get traded than see George Kittle. The reason why I don't want Brock Purdy to get traded over George Kittle is because he's younger, obviously. He's a franchise quarterback and stuff like that. But, like, if I watched him go, I'd be deeply upset, and I'd be like, what the F? And I'd be freaking out. But the pinnacle of it all, I feel like the pinnacle of that would be George Kittle. Like, if the top 3 you cannot trade players, I think Brock Purdy's up there. It'd be Fred Warner and George Kittle at the very, very top. Just, I thought, like, I had riots in my head. People just burning down San Francisco, Santa Clara, whatever. Like, I think there would be an organized protest of no one going to football games. No one going to 49ers games if George Kittle got traded. Honestly, that's how badly I think it is. Like, if you were to trade George Kittle, you cannot do it. You have to pay him all the money he wants, man. He's just one of those guys, man. Just one of those guys. Be sure that like button, you guys. 13 people in here. Hit that like button. Click it. If you haven't, click it already. I really appreciate it. I might even join. Just kidding. Yeah, for real. Mike Green is legit. Yeah, he's that guy, man. He's that guy. I like Nick Scorton too, but like just fits it. That move's great, but the Niners will never pick him. It's unrealistic to suggest that the Niners pick O-line in the first round. Yeah, I know they did the McGlinchey thing. I get that. But there's this – it's not only that we haven't picked someone in the first round. Granted, there's a period where we didn't have first round picks for 3 years. and that first pick was a quarterback, and that was kind of something you needed at the time. Granted that there's a vibe where you feel like the 49ers are not going to draft an offensive lineman again. There's a vibe. There's a difference between like they haven't since McGlinchey. It's more like you got a feeling that they're never going to do that. Like they're never going. Like I feel like they would draft a corner in the first round before they draft an offensive lineman. It's just that vibe, right? I think they may have would have done it last year with the Ricky Pearsall draft, but a certain tackle would have had to fall to them, like Tyler Guyton, but the Cowboys got him. And I think maybe another player on the offensive line in a deep offensive line draft class, if the certain player fell to them, I think they probably would have with the 31st pick. But like the 11th pick, I don't think they're going to do that again. With picks like at 11, 15, 20, no, I don't see that. But I do agree. It's more like a vibe. It's really just a vibe. So I think Mike Green had at least best three cone time for an edge rusher since Khalil Mack. Damn! That's pretty good, dude. The moves he has spin move A+. There's even a veteran edge rusher in the draft that can't do a spin move that well and naturally, man. Jeff spitting hot fire from Mike Green, man. Spitting hot fire. I will admit, I love Harmon, but the more I look at Green, the more I'm starting to feel comfortable with staying at 11 and picking him. Same here, man. When I did my research, the amount of fans that want Mike Green is outstanding. Out of all the pass rushers that when I did my research through mock drafts of all the teams and stuff like that, a lot of people were like, hey, man, if Mike Green falls to me at 15 or 16 or 17 or 27, whatever, got to take Mike Green. I don't know. And also the 49ers just having a lot of interest in that player in general. And then when I made the pick, I felt like there was no questions. Like I felt like, okay, this is the guy. He's going to help us. He's going to be a day one starter. He's going to, I feel like he was the best out of the rest of the pass rushers. That's not Abdul Carter. It just made sense to me. And there's no question marks like Jalen Walker. Like Jalen Walker has questions. First year starter, really full-time starter. You kind of had questions with that guy. Malik, same thing with Mikael Williams, kind of just popped off. But Mike Green, man, he's just the guy. He's just the guy. But I like Harmon a lot. You guys know that. I'm a big fan of Harmon. But, like, there's just so many D tackles in this draft. Get the edge, man, because I got a feeling there's going to be, like, 6 or 7 edges taken in the first round. Watch. There's going to be a lot of edges taken in this draft. There's going to be a crazy amount. And so I think you really have to take the best of your litter and best you got. Because when I did my research, there are a lot of teams that want edge that are saying, like, I was shocked the amount of – I was like, damn, they really want edge. Washington Commanders want an edge. Baltimore Ravens want an edge. The Bills have even been talking about how they want an edge or D tackle. The Lions are talking about how they want an edge across from Hutchinson. Who else was like – I know the Chargers really want an edge, but they want a D tackle more. What else? Another team. The Falcons want an edge. The Cardinals want a D tackle or edge. There's a few teams that really want an edge. I'll tell you that much. Jake in the house. Wolfpack, do you have any film recommendations for you? Depends. What do you look for? Comedy, action, drama? Depends. Us is a good one. I liked Us a lot. Honestly, that's probably my favorite one. I like that one more than Get Out. And I wasn't a fan of Nope. I was not a fan of Nope. I would be deeply upset if they traded Brock Purdy. I would be deeply upset too. I would be deeply upset. If the Niners trade Kittle or Warner, I might legitimately take a break from the NFL. I thought that. I was like, there's certain weights of players, even considering how old they were. If we traded them, man, it'd be the end of the world, dude. I think it would just be so crazy, man. George Kittle is definitely, I feel like, the number one guy. If we were to trade him, there would just be riots all over the place. I think that's Strawberry in the house. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. So funny since you wanted to trade him a couple. Hey, man. Hey, different time, different age, different things, man. Okay. All right. To be fair, I was at the time, I was a fan of the one that shall not be named. Okay. And I feel like he convinced me. All right. I was under his spell. Okay. His cult situation had me under his spell. All right. And he was talking about how we should trade George Kittle because he was injury prone. And I was like, yeah, we should do that because he's injury prone. I agree. Blah, blah, blah. But trust me, all right, different time, man. I'm a new me. I know what George Kittle means to this team. I know he's not injury prone anymore. All right. It's not like that anymore. It's not like that. Strawberry in the house. Fred Warner and Malik Mustafa would be the other two. I know you're a big fan of Malik Mustafa there, Papa J. Malik the Lot Mustafa. I know you're a big fan. That would be a bummer if we missed out. 17 people in here. Thank you guys so much, man. That's so fucking awesome. Oh, gotta stop cursing. But thank you guys. That's so freaking awesome. Hit that like button if you haven't hit it already. Just punch your freaking phone, man. Hit that like button. No one on draft prospects. Tape. Oh, on draft prospects. Shamir Stewart. Go to Texas A&M, Shamir Stewart. In all seriousness, check out. I'll give you one that's outside of the first round. Elijah Roberts from SMU. He's an edge rusher, inside and outside guy. Check out Elijah Roberts from SMU. That would be my guy for you. I would be upset if they traded any of the core guys, to be honest. Purdy, Kittle, Warner, Demo, Bosa, etc. If they traded Bosa, now is not the time, I don't think, obviously. But if they were to do it like next year, in terms of being upset, right? In terms of like that guy's a true 49er or whatever, if we traded Bosa, I wouldn't be as hurt. I wouldn't think it's the end of the world, to be honest with you, compared to Purdy, Warner, Kittle would probably frustrate me. Jake Brendel would just set me off. Okay. Juwan Jennings would probably hurt a little bit, but I understand that. You only have so many wide receivers. Demo, I think Demo's going to be here for a while. I'm a big fan of Demo. Malik would hurt as of right now. That could change. That could change if his talent drops. If Malik Mustafa can keep playing the way he's playing right now, he's got to be a 49ers favorite here in a couple of years. Like a really much-loved guy. If he can keep playing the way he is. I'm not going to say Malik Mustafa just yet. But, yeah. Strawberry, exactly. Yeah. I should have known, Jake. If you need a running back, Ollie Gordon's a beast. That's a good one. Ollie Gordon, the second, dude. Huge fan of that running back, dude. I'm going to keep track of that guy. One of my draft crushes is Ollie Gordon for sure. I want to know where you get the tape from. You could do it all 22. You can go to YouTube channels, have breakdowns of players. You can watch highlights, of course. That's one of them. You can look at some statistics, some graphs of success rates and et cetera. They're all over the place. You can go to YouTube. That's usually my main source of if I want a player. What I do is first I look up the highlights. Then I look up the stats. Then I look up breakdowns of players because they have the all 22. I don't have an all 22. But if you wanted to do it yourself of all the breakdown stuff, get yourself an all 22. I don't know if you need I think you need a subscription for that. I think that costs money. But you go yourself, get your all 22. And all 22 allows you to look at every single rep, every single thing that they do. But I just go to people who break it down and they show you all the stuff. And I'll be like, do I agree with that? Do I disagree with that? Et cetera. I don't go as far as all 22. I would definitely switch teams if they traded Purdy, Kittle, CMC, and Bosa. CMC, I don't know. I don't know if I put CMC on that list, to be honest with you. I'm not going to lie. I don't know if I put CMC on that list. Yeah, I'm watching some of the highlights of Green on my other screen, and he looks solid. He's good, dude. Green hits my giddy meter. When I watch Green play, I'm like, oh my God, he's so good. there's just certain players in this draft. Like if for the people who are new to this, new to my draft, like crushes and how I fall in love with a player, I call it the Giddy meter. It's where it's like if I watch a player's highlights and for some reason you get like, you almost get goosebumps. You almost just like want to laugh when you watch a certain player and then you think about them being on your team. That's called, for me, the Giddy meter, where I just go, oh my God, he's so good. Oh my God, that was crazy, dude. Oh my God. Like there's just certain players like that. Ollie Gordon for me is like that. Mike Green is like that for me. Abdul Carter is like that for me. McMillan is like that for me. The wide receiver out of Arizona is like that for me. I'm trying some other players that get my Giddy meter. And like the Giddy meter isn't actually, for me personally, it's just what I see in front of me that just gets me excited, right? It's not the end all be all if I think that player's going to be good or not. But I do have a Giddy meter for certain players that become draft crushes. And so like Ollie Gordon II is definitely up there. Cam Scatabo, without a doubt, is up there. Joshua Farmer gets me really excited. I love me some Joshua Farmer. Wide receivers, I haven't really fell in love with any. McMillan and Burden. There's only two wide receivers that's got my Giddy meter up. That's been Burden, Luther Burden III, and McMillan. Those are the two wide receivers that's really kind of like, that's really got me going. Where I'm like, oh my God, that's so good. Like that's what two players. Savion Williams is one of them from TCU. Got my Giddy meter up. Genty, sort of like Genty, but he makes everything look so natural. Like it's crazy. I still respect Genty. He's the best running back in this class. Like without doubt. He's in tier zone, but and again, Larry said he likes Mike Green and he has a lot of moves, but he doesn't believe his moves will work in the NFL. What is he talking about? At least he has them guys like Pierce Stewart have zero. Don't tell me that Larry Krueger likes Shamar Stewart. Do not tell me, because if you do, then he contradicts himself, because he does say, oh, I like this. Oh, I don't like him because he doesn't have the production. Stewart is the pinnacle of a prospect not having production. So if he says that, that's wild to me. That's wild. If you ever hear him say, if he likes Shamar Stewart and you ever hear him say, oh, but he doesn't have the production, then why do you like Shamar Stewart? Why do you like him then? Oh, he's athletic, but he doesn't have the production. Drives me nuts. It drive me up the wall. Be sure that like button, guys. If you haven't hit that like button already, I really appreciate it. All love, fam. All love. How much film do you watch on each draft prospect? Man, I don't know how much. It's more like how much hours you put into it. Usually about 2 hours, maybe into a prospect, 2.5 hours. And then, so I'd probably do like about, if I take the time and I sit down and watch a guy, probably about 3 prospects in a day, watching some film, look at some stats, look at production, look at breakdowns of a player. You know, if I had like an all 22 aspect of things, I'd probably get like through 1 prospect a day. So maybe about 2.5 hours, I would say. Some guys who trade a year early, some guys are lifers. Steve-O in the house. And I would definitely say, George Kittle's a lifer. Rob D in the house, bringing the D. Rob is bringing the D. Love it. Love it. Hey, man, we all have a past. We all have a past, okay? We all come from somewhere, okay? We all were, you know, a rock at some point, and then we were chiseled, okay? We were chiseled down to a diamond, okay? We're all work in progress. We're all work in progress. But I don't shy away from the truth. And when I say that I was once the one that shall not be named fan, I will tell you. I will not lie about it. I could, and I should. But I was once, yes, I was once part of that wave. I was. Hey, we're showing some love. Steve, hello, Rob Dan. Hey, we're showing some love. It's Malik, not Malik. Gosh. It's hard, man. It's hard, but you're not wrong. It is Malik. It is Malik. You're not wrong. That is something I have seen his lives on TikTok. He gets very upset. He gets very upset if you call him Malik. It is Malik Mustafa. You're not wrong. It is Malik. It's just Malik is just like the standard. It's just like the typical name that you go with there. Kittle's still injury prone, but he plays through a lot of them. That is true. That is true. He still shows up and still plays well with his injury proneness. Still plays really well and stuff. Like he still shows up. I think he still has a broken collarbone, I think, and he just kind of played through it. Like it didn't need surgery. It could heal itself. I think he has something like that. Jake, I was too, unfortunately. He's like McDonald's, quick and easy consume, but it's terrible for your well-being. Oh, that's a funny one. That's absolutely hilarious. I like the guy from Bishop Sycamore. Who dat? Who they? Bishop Sycamore? I don't even know who that is. I don't even know what school that is. Wolfie, when we get closer to the draft, you should do a show going over your top 3 draft prospects at each position except QB, since we don't need one. Yeah, sure. I guess that's something we do. That's a good idea, Strawberry. Actually, that's actually a good idea. I was doing that at first with like Poggy, but then Poggy got busy and stuff, so I kind of bailed on that. But yeah, that's something definitely we do for sure. I would trade Bosa because trading a D end that demands double teams, they are harder to replace than you think. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. They traded Buckner and still haven't found his replacement. That's true. That one hurt the fans, man. That one hurt the fans. That one was like, what are you doing? That one hurt. That was a shot in the heart. And they're to blame. They give football a bad name. Everybody looks great in highlights film. That's true. You're not wrong. Not always. Not always. Like you'll see someone's like highlights and you'll be like, not so good. Is that the best he can do? Not really. Highlights, a lot of people, I disagree with that actually, like a lot. Highlights show you his best things that he's done, right? And if you're not impressed by those highlights, then you're not impressed with the player's ceiling. You're not impressed with the player's ability, what he could bring to your team. So I do disagree with that. People just don't like, people think that are highlights the end all be all? Of course not. You know, there's more to the story than just that. But to say that highlights don't matter, if you were to just look at it, you know, and just be like, okay, that's cool. He got the sack. But if you actually stopped, you looked at the highlights and you look at yourself, how did he earn that sack? Did he do it himself? Or was the entire D line on the player and he just kind of earned the sack when someone else was already on him? Like there is things to diagnose of someone's ceiling. So how you're telling me this is this guy's best plays? All right, let's see his best plays. Let's see how he earned those plays. Let's see if he deserved everything that came his way. Let's see if it's as good as everyone advertises. So that's not entirely true. Some people have highlight films and they are not impressive. They're not good. But I do agree, based on what you're probably really trying to say, is that it's not the end all be all, as in like there are other things to look at in a player. But to say that highlights don't matter in a vacuum, sure. But if you sit there and you analyze their ceiling, like their best plays and what their everything else, then yeah, that matters. But if you're telling me that a player didn't have a highlight film, didn't have a highlight reel, he's probably not good. Probably not a good player. So I do disagree. I disagree with that. I do watch Thinking Football, but I want to be able to analyze everything. Then do all 22 is probably the best way to go if you want to look at every single play possible. But like it's almost downright impossible to like go through every prospect, every single play, all like the thousands of snaps they've done. It's downright impossible. I also want to know what constitutes a good prospect and how to tell if a player is good. Just enough research, man. You develop that familiarity with the game. You develop the familiarity of what, because you have to see bad reps, good reps, and then you build a standard. Like you can see your first guy, right? Like if you look at your first guy, you're like, oh, that looked good to me. And then you see the next guy, and you're like, oh my God, that was crazy. and then you start to build an average. You start to build a standard of what you think is a good player and what's a good prospect. It's just film. It's just looking at prospects. It's getting familiar with the game itself, getting familiar with what looks good to you on tape. You build that familiarity. You build your average. You build your standard. It just takes time. It's not as easy as just, that's good, and because it is good. All right, that's bad because it is bad. No, you take all your research together and you build an average of average players are this good coming to prospect. And then you're like, okay, then they turn great or they turn elite. That's an elite play because you don't see that often. Things of that nature. So you just got to – it takes time. It takes enough reps of watching a player. It takes enough reps of watching tons of players and just building an average and just building a standard of what is good and what's bad. So, it just takes time. He flip-flops on his evaluations all the time when he goes on and on about a player that has athletic traits but no production. Yeah, he does do that sometimes. It drives me nuts. Larry says he likes Stewart and would take a risk on him, but if then made a video saying maybe avoid him. He probably had some people being like, hey, man, hey, dude, you shouldn't be saying Stewart. No. You're saying production matters, and then you're saying production doesn't matter. It's like, come on, dude. Double standards. He forms an opinion, has a perceived bias from his opinion. It happens sometimes, man. He just goes, man. He just goes. I think he just makes so much content. You know what I mean? He just makes so much content. Strawberry C, yeah, exactly. He flip-flops on his opinions all the time. It's okay to change your mind sometimes, but to say you love a guy and then click 180 and say no, I don't want him. It's just the degree of flip-flop, And that is true. Sometimes, man, you see enough film. Or if you just see enough of a guy, or like I mentioned earlier, if you see more of someone else, you kind of start to realize, maybe he's not as good when it comes to rankings according to these other guys in this draft. For example, I fell in love with Danny Stutzman. He was my first linebacker I fell in love with. And I was like, this guy's phenomenal, man. We got to get him in the second round. Oh, he's so good. And then I looked at other linebackers, and I was like, oh, maybe he's not as good as I thought he was. Then you start to, develop a ranking of players, being like, okay, yeah, he's a third-round guy, he's a fourth-round guy. It just takes familiarity with the rest of the draft class to understand exactly where a player should get picked, right? That's what it comes down to. But also at the end of the day, man, all these mock drafts, you can't see another team's board, but it helps you get familiar of allows you to get familiar with the prospects of okay, it's common sense that this guy's better than this guy. It's common sense that this guy's a first-round guy. It's just you start to develop that. So you go pause, and what do you mean I bring in the D? He brings in the D. Dude, look, he brought in the D. Rob D. Not only did he bring the D, he robbed it. He robbed it, man. He stole that shit. It's fine, Steve-O. You always call Shamir Stewart Shamir. He's a badass. Bad to the bone. Isn't Bishop Sycamore a fraud school? Oh, shit. Jake is talking shit. I watched a U-Tree video on it. I'm familiar with Urinating Tree. I am familiar with that group. I can't think of the name. Clickbait Sports. I'm familiar with that entire group. Max Epps is solid. Bishop Monster got an ESPN and was a fake school of older kids. Was it? Oh, that's what it was? Okay, that's absolutely hilarious. That's actually hilarious. I remember that too. That's actually funny. That head coach really wanted to be a national champion. That's for sure. But all right, let's go ahead and jump into the mock draft of all 32 teams. You guys help me make the pick instead of it just being me. NFL Draft Simulator. Okay, that's what we do. Papa J says, like and subscribe. Without a doubt, man. Like and subscribe. Great conversation. That's what it's all about. We just have a conversation, man. Talk football. Do our thing. Do our thing. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. All right. Did you see someone in the media says that think Brock is getting a 6-year, $300 million deal with Twitter? I am not throwing your comment to the side, but literally when I saw that, I just kept scrolling. I was like, that's stupid. I was like, that's not happening. It's already been said that the 49ers want a short-term deal more so than a long-term one. And I don't see the 49ers giving him $300 million for 6 years. I mean, maybe 5 years, 250. I know that's kind of like, okay, well, that's just another year on top of that. It is just speculation. Yeah, it's just like, but the reason why I'm kind of like pushing back on it though is just like because the 49ers have already addressed that they not only are they trying to save money, but trying to be smart with their money. They've also expressed that they want to give Brock Purdy more of a shorter term deal based on the speculations also that we've heard. And I think that 6 years I think 6 years locks you in a lot longer than I think the 49ers would like. So I think 6 years is just a little too long. I think at the start of the season, at the end of the season, like in January, I personally thought like, okay, yeah, he's going to get like $300 million because that's the thing. But just based on conversations, based on rumors, speculations and stuff, it doesn't seem like it's going to come near $300 million. $124 million guaranteed, more like it. That's what it seems like to me. It's probably going to be like a 3-4 year deal, $124 million or something like that. But something like that. Papa J's got 5 years, $380 million. He's been on that, man. He's been consistent. He's been like, hey, 5 years, $300 million, $180 million guaranteed. He's been on it. I think it's gonna be a 6-year deal. I think that would be a 6-year deal. If it reaches $300 million, it would to me be a 6-year deal for sure. That's why I've been preaching from the get. You have been, man. You've been very consistent with your opinion there. Very consistent with your prediction there. Not fully guaranteed, Steve-O. I think on $24 million fully guaranteed. Give that man that money, bro. Give him that money. 3 years. I think a 3-year, $150 million contract, $124 million fully guaranteed. Give it to him. Give it to him. Give it to him. $180 million guaranteed seems low. Does it? I mean, if you're paying the guy, I mean, if the payment was, I don't think so. Just because if he's getting somewhere between $50 and $55 million, and the conversation isn't record breaking or 55 to 60 million like we originally thought, if it truly is between $50 and $55 million, I can imagine that the guaranteed is definitely going to be in the hundreds. I could definitely see that for sure. But at the end in the January, I was predicting like 200 something million. But with the conversations we've had, the speculations we've seen, I would be kind of shocked if it's in 200 million. I'd be kind of shocked if it's a 6-year deal. I'd be kind of shocked if it's 200 something million. I could see a 4-year deal, 200 million, maybe $150 million guaranteed, something like that. Some of that nature. That's kind of what would I pay him more? Like, would I pay him more than that? Of course. I would definitely give him the money he deserves and things like that. That's what I think I would give him, not necessarily what I think he's going to get. Because what I think he's going to get is different. I think he's going to get something like around 200, maybe just a little above 200, and somewhere in the hundreds is going to get guaranteed. That's what I think is going to happen. Purdy's getting $54 million a year. It's a good number. There's a difference between total guarantees and fully guaranteed. $180 million fully guaranteed would be high, but total guaranteed $100 million at a $300 million country is low. Yeah, there is a difference between fully guaranteed and guaranteed for sure. But I would give him fully guaranteed. He's worth it. He's worth that kind of – if it's like a 4-year deal, like there's no there's no concern with Purdy. I feel like, yeah, he gets injured sometimes, but I don't think it's that bad. I'm not. It's not like any other player. He's a quarterback. Just give him his fully guaranteed money. I think you give him like 150 million guaranteed. Fully guaranteed is what I would do for someone like Brock Purdy. What's going on, Wolfgang? I see you're feeling better, Wolfie. Pay your boy. No doubt, man. Pay Brock Purdy, man. I'm feeling a lot better, man. A lot better vibes. Everything's going great. Water, Pepto, soup, crackers, everything. I feel great. I feel good. I was showing some love. That's what I like to see. That's what I see. Raider Ryan, I hope you like my mock draft, man. I mocked you. I mocked the Raiders. Got you your player, man. I got you your player of the future with the number 6 pick in a recent mock draft. Go check it out. Let me know what you think. I was like, Raider Ryan's going to love this pick, man. Click, click, click. No one is going to route the Browns and Deshaun Watson ever again. Other teams are probably glad they failed miserably. No doubt, dude. They're probably like, thank freaking fracking God. That didn't work out, man. Thank God, dude. Thank God. Probably that's true. That is so true. All right. Okay, let's jump into this all-team mock draft. You guys are going to help me out. We're going to do this together. It's where we together pick the players for every single team in this 32-team mock draft. Thought this would be fun. Thought this would be something you like to be involved in. So, with the number 1 pick in the NFL draft, I feel like this is simple. Cam Ward is the pick here. I don't think you play around, right? What do you guys think? Do you guys think we should take Cam Ward here? If I just see 1 or 2 Cam Wards, we're going Cam. I just feel like this is the consensus. If they go anything outside of Cam Ward, they're going off with Will Levis and probably Abdul Carter. But if I'm be honest with you, man, I just think that Cam Ward is the guy here, and that's just like the most simple thing on the planet. If the Browns don't draft Shedeur, he's falling big time because it's clear to me that the Giants are hoping for another Manning dynasty. All right. That's true. I'd probably bank on that. I could see. I have Shedeur falling, man. I just think that for the Browns and for the Giants, I'm just not sold. I'm just not sold on them taking Shedeur. I know there's some rumors coming out that the Giants might take him and stuff, but it's just not enough, man. It's just not enough. I just don't think that. I think with Travis Hunter and Abdul Carter there, maybe if those 2 players weren't there, then probably take Shedeur. But if they're there, you're definitely going to go Shedeur after that. But all right, what do you guys got? What do you guys think? Do we go Abdul Carter here? Do we go Cam Ward? Do we go what's his name? I can't seem to think of his name. Travis Hunter. I've heard Travis Hunter is an option. What do you guys think? I'm going to try and bring up some a voting tab. A tab of voting real quick. All right, hold on. Let me bring up a tab for you guys. All right. No. All right. Start a poll. Cam Ward, Carter, Hunter. All right. Put up a poll for you guys. A poll. I brought a poll. Pause. I brought a poll. Pause. Pause poll. Be sure to hit that like button, guys. If you haven't hit that like button already, vote away. Not forcing you guys to make a conversation. That way, you guys, 14 of you guys in here, can just make a vote and be like, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. You let me know who it is. Right now, we got Cam Ward takes the lead with 5 votes. We got 1 Abdul Carter. And I think 5 votes with the people we have in our live here. I'm with it. Oh, someone picked Hunter. Oh, someone keeps changing. All right, so it looks like it's going to be Cam Ward here that we're going to take with this pick. Cam Ward to the Titans. Bam. All right. Let's end the poll there. Cam Ward is the guy. Next up, you got the Browns. This one's going to be interesting because it's either Shedeur, Carter, or Hunter. Because those are three needs. We've heard the ramblings that Shedeur, the Browns do like Shedeur, I've heard here and there. I've also heard that people, the Browns like Abdul Carter. I've heard that people like some Hunter. You know, there's all three of these players have been tied to the Browns. And so I'll let you guys make that decision on who that is. And I'll let the poll flow a little bit. Let you guys decide. Strawberry says, I go Cam Ward. Papa J says Hunter. True Strawberry, but I think we'd be fine with waiting. I hope Browns don't double up and get Abdul Carter with Garrett. That would be must-see TV. If I'm the Browns, man, and I'm stuck with Pickett and Deshaun Watson, I'm getting, even though the Browns are very loyal to the team, even though the Browns have loyal fan base, like let's be honest, right? Like all those years of losing, they still have all these fans. Your stadium, eyes on from the TV on, would be all over the Browns because everyone wants to see Abdul Carter and Myles Garrett just work together. That would be something I would just love to see. So right now, the lead is with 7 votes. We got Shedeur Sanders, Carter. Next up, you got Hunter, and then Carter. It's not looking like Carter is going to be the guy. Looks like Shedeur Sanders is going to go to the Browns. Saints could grab Shedeur and falls to them and the Raiders. I have heard that they're connecting to the Saints recently. That one's kind of new. That one's new. Raiders is definitely a possibility too because of the Tom Brady and Shedeur Sanders connection for sure. We got to find a way for me to do these polls for you so we can keep talking, Wolfie. I appreciate it, man. I think you have to do it on I think what you do is on my screen, if there's like a plus sign in the chat, because for me, that's what it is. If you hit the plus sign, it could say start a poll or start something else. There should be options there. If you hit the plus button. What if the Mayo Man is secretly good and the Titans whole line is just shit? Hey, that is definitely a possibility, man. That is definitely a possibility. I liked Will Levis at first, man, but he's just not the guy, dude. And their line wasn't that bad. I just don't think he's the guy. I truly don't think he is. He made some of the dumbest decisions. That's so true, dude. He's the most memed quarterback last year. Will Levis was, man. He brought us memes every single year. My favorite one is he just looks so bummed, dude. True Levis is probably the last of him. Well, it could be smart draft Shedeur now, and then if he's bad, then you can just trade him like 49ers did Trey. That's true, 2 years. That's true. They could use it to trade up in the draft if they miss out on him. All right, so with 8 votes in the NFL draft, you guys have selected, and this is a shocker for me. I actually thought you guys would pick Abdul Carter here. But with this closer of this poll, we are picking Shedeur Sanders out of Colorado to the number 2 to the Browns. Will he change that franchise? That would be a shocker to me, man. Honestly, dude. You guys know I'm not a Shedeur Sanders fan, so I think this is a bit of a reach, but I think the Shedeur Sanders does have a following, though. Shedeur Sanders, in my eyes, has a cult following. All right, so I know the Cleveland Brown fans are going to be all over it. They backed Deshaun Watson despite all of his little massage, stuff, his past and stuff. They backed him regardless. So if you get Shedeur Sanders, the Browns fans are going to be excited. The Browns fans are going to back him, and he's got a ton of fans backing him as well at the Browns. So it's not the worst thing for him. I just don't believe it. I think the Browns is probably the worst place for him development-wise. So that's crazy. Next up, you have the New York Giants. The New York Giants. I almost just want to do this They need QB bad. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I just think that like waiting next year is probably just the way to go. But yeah, Shedeur Sanders it is. Shedeur Sanders is. All right. We got Hunter, Carter, and I really think it should just be those two. I kind of want to make it realistic. I don't think they go Graham. I'm just gonna make these. I'm gonna make it these two. I know it'd be kind of. I guess I'll do it because they do need defensive line in general. But I guess I'll do these three players. These three players for the New York Giants. You guys vote. You guys let me know. Time is on the clock. Travis Hunter gives me Giants vibes. He does. Like, I truly think that the Giants would go Travis Hunter. It's either Travis Hunter or Abdul Carter. Without a doubt, right? It's one of those two. It's one of those two. I can't imagine Abdul Carter and Travis Hunter. If one of them was available, they would pass on either one of them. I think it's one of those two for sure. We got 3 votes so far. Right now, we got Hunter. One says Graham. They just like chaos. One says Carter. Someone likes chaos with the Graham pick for sure. I love it. That's funny. So far, Hunter. All right, we got 6 votes. The moment if we hit 8 votes or 10 votes, if we hit 8 or 10 votes, that's when I'll stop it. Just kind of go based off all the people that are in this live currently right now. We got 11 people. So right now we're at 6 votes. If we can just get 2 more votes, decide Carter, Hunter, or Graham. It looks like it's going to be between Carter and Hunter. Looks like it's going to be Travis. Looks like it's going to be Travis Hunter here. I'm going to set a timer. I need to set a timer. That way we're not waiting here forever. In case I can't get the 8 votes I'm looking for. There we go. And we're good now, though, because it's already been that long. 7 votes. 1 more vote, guys. Actually, it doesn't matter at this point. It could be Carter or Graham. No matter what, it's going to be Hunter. So we're going to take Travis, Hunter. This is bullshit. Nobody wants to agree with me, says Papa J. I guess Papa J picked Graham for the Giants. All right, we're picking Travis Hunter to go to the New York Giants. Boom. All right, next up, you got Abdul Carter, Mason Graham. Who is that third guy? I'm going to say Will Campbell or Membu. That's what we're going to do. Hold on. They need to protect their guy, so we're going to do Carter, Graham, Campbell, Membu. These are players that I've seen connected to the Patriots, so that's why they're on this list here. You guys vote away. Who are we taking with the 4th pick in the NFL draft? You guys decide. 1 minute is on the clock. 1 minute, so we're not here forever. Go. All right. 4 votes so far. Will Campbell. We got Carter. We got one Membu. We got a Membu. Someone's going back and forth. Oh, shit. 6 votes. We got a 33% between Carter and Campbell with the Patriots. Who's going to be this tiebreaker? We got 40 seconds. And if there is a tiebreaker, I will be the tiebreaker here at number 4. We need just 2 more votes to end it. If we can get that, let's see what we could do here. 6 votes. Be sure to hit that like button, guys, if you haven't hit that like button already, so that way we can expand this community mock draft together. Right now, the picks that have been taken are Cam Ward, Sanders, and Travis Hunter. 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Dismiss. Okay, it is over. It is over. Okay, we are tied with 6 votes here, Carter and Campbell. So I'm going to make the pick. This one's tough, but I'm going to go ahead and give them an offensive lineman just because the Patriots need to protect their assets. Abdul Carter is going to fall to number 5. I'm going to be the tiebreaker here. Oh, someone picked Carter. Never mind. We have the 7th pick. We have a 7th pick here. 7th vote, and it's going to be Carter. It's going to be Carter. I'm going to let it pass. I'm going to let it do its thing. Carter is the pick. Juan says, wait, hold on, Wolfie. It's going to be it's Carter. Carter is the pick. Here at number 4. Boom! All right, next up, you got the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, will we try to stuff the ballot box? I'm the tiebreaker, man. I'm the tiebreaker. I didn't even vote. All right? All right, this one, we're at the Jacksonville Jaguars. They could use an offensive lineman. They can use a D tackle. We got Graham. We got Membu. What else can they use that we have up here in this draft prospect? They have Travis Etienne. I don't see them going to Ashton Genty. Will Campbell still available. Membu is still available. Tyler Warren is out there. I could see them going to Torrey McMillan. Strawberry says cornerback. If that's the case, then it'll be Will Johnson. And they have drafted a cornerback in the past before. So I'll add Will Johnson. Is there anyone else? They got rid of Graham, so probably Tyler Warren. Okay, and then Tyler Warren. All right, so these are the 4 picks we got for the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm going to put Membu / Campbell. And if that one gets picked, we'll do a vote for that one as well. So here is the votes according to you guys. Let's see what they do here. Here are your 4 picks. You guys vote. Who do the Jacksonville Jaguars draft in the 2025 NFL draft based on you guys? We got 2 Graham. We got a bunch of Grahams happening here. Tyler Warren. Oh, we're tied at Tyler Warren and Graham right now. Oh, my God, 60-40. Okay, 5 votes. We got Graham and Tyler Warren starting the clock. I can see the Graham the most. Graham's my consensus for sure for them. Right now, I do not watch the UFL, no. I usually wait for highlights to come out of kickers, and then I'd be like, ooh, we should get that kicker. I usually wait for kickers. I'm like, okay, we gotta get that kicker. That's usually about what I do. That's about the most of the UFL I watch. But we got a few Warrens. Strawberry is just banging the table for Warren for the Jacksonville Jaguars. What else we got here? We're at 6 votes right now. 7 votes, Graham. This is definitely going to be, without a doubt, Mason Graham to the Jacksonville Jaguars. I do not think this changes. Oh, never mind. We got 9 votes. Oh, people took away their votes. Campbell, Johnson, Warren. Somebody out there is I know somebody out there is stuffing the ballot box. All right, so we're going to take Mason Graham right now. Boom. Jake says Will Johnson. With 9 votes, we're going to take Mason Graham. Next up, you got the Las Vegas Raiders. This is Raider Ryan's territory here. I almost want to let him make the pick because he is the Raiders fan. If he is still here, we'll put in Genty, Jackson Dart, because they do kind of need a quarterback. They're probably a background. Is Raider. All right, I'll probably let him make the pick. It is his team if he wants to make the pick. We're going to Jackson Dart because they need a quarterback. They have a left tackle, but they could use a right tackle, Amar Membu or Tyler Warren. All right. Jake says Will Johnson too. I don't know if I think they would probably. I think they'd rather go offensive line. They lost Nate Hobbs. What do you guys think? So I know I'm gonna put Tyler Warren on the board, but what do you guys think? Should I put Will Johnson there? Because I only have 4 options. Will Johnson. So Johnson would be an option. It's a Strawberry. Okay. Will Johnson, Jackson Dart, and I'm gonna say Membou. Here are your options. I guess they could go wide receiver. They need a wide receiver, don't they? So probably McMillan. All right, here we go. Starting the poll now. And if Raider Ryan responds, I will go ahead and let him have the table if he responds with the player. I'll let him have the table. Right now, we got Las Vegas Raiders. The players that we have voted on here, we got Jeanty, Jackson Dart, Will Johnson, and McMillan with 6 votes. So far, Jeanty has taken the lead, 57%. Starting the clock now. All right. I like McMillan. I think McMillan is a good spot for him because they do need a wide receiver. I do agree with Juan. That's the reason why I picked him in the first place last time, Jeanty, is because he loves his running backs, loves his run game. I think that Jeanty is just a perfect spot for the Raiders. I truly do believe that. We got some Jackson Dart lovers. Okay, we got some Jackson Dart love in there. Okay. We got some Jackson Dart love. Dart would be such a reach, a top 10 pick. It's something Mark Johnson would do before Tom Brady came aboard. That's true. Right now, though, it is Jeanty with 9 votes, looking like it with 56%. 8 seconds left in this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The Las Vegas Raiders draft Ashton Jeanty out of Boise State. What a pick. What a situation. Let's go ahead and pick their guy. Boom, Ashton Jeanty. Next up, you have the New York Jets. Jets have been linked to an offensive lineman, and they have been linked to Tyler Warren the most. So what we're going to do is we're going to make it those 3 options. We're going to make it Will Campbell, Mark Davis, not Johnson. I know what you meant, man. You're fine. Membou's been connected to him. Tyler Warren. And I think that's about it. I think that's what's been connected to him the most. These 3 players, from what I've seen, has been connected to the Jets the most. But I'll throw in a 4th option anyway for the sake of it. Maybe an edge. Jalen Walker, Shamir Stewart, Will Johnson. Probably what edge should I throw on? Jalen Walker, Shamir Stewart, Mikael Williams. I'll throw in Jalen Walker. They do have a defensive coach. Hold on. Let me Steve-O says green. Jets. Players. What do you want? Try to figure out Gents League to 9 million agent. Jackson Dart has been connected to the Jets. Tyler Warren and Membou have been connected to the team the most. Graham, McMillan, Jalen Walker, and Starks. So Jalen Walker has been connected to them the most. So I would put green, but according to this here, they've been connected. Team that's been connected to them the most is Jalen Walker out of that guy. So I'll put Jalen Walker. Jalen Walker. Boom. These, Tyler Warren has been connected. Membu has been. Will Campbell, not so much, but Jalen Walker, when it comes to edge rusher, has been connected into the most. Nikita in the house. Good to see you. Good to see you, Wolfie. Could you please watch the Will Johnson film on the channel? Just the tape. I've seen enough Will Johnson, man. I think he's all pro. I love me some Will Johnson, man. Steve-O says Green. I would if they were connecting him the most, but I haven't seen Green connected to the Jets at all. I'm not just saying that because I want the 49ers to draft him, because I'm going to do that with the Panthers. Fans like Green. They also like Walker. I'm probably going to connect him there. For sure. And Tyler Warren. Doesn't show you're live. That's strange. That is strange. That is strange. That is very weird. That's very weird. Tyler Warren, I think it's connected to the Jets the most. Let's go ahead and put that on the clock. We're at 10 votes. 10 votes are in. Will Campbell and Tyler Warren. It is a close battle. Membu has been picked with one pick. One person has picked Membu to the Jets. That would be my worst nightmare. So it says he is banned. He's not banned. I haven't banned Michael. Did he say something crazy and did like an auto ban? Yeah, I haven't banned Michael. All right, so right now we got 10 votes with Will Campbell and Tyler Warren. Right now we are with 10 seconds remaining. Let's see what we can do here. After this live, I will check to see the ban list because I can't check it right now. But after this live, I'll check to see if he's banned. But I'm pretty sure he's not because I would have to ban him, and I haven't banned him. And the only person who has other banned abilities is Papa J, and Papa J likes Michael, so I know he didn't ban him. So it would have to be like an auto thing for sure. All right, so the pick is in, and it is with a tight race, a tight, freaking tight as it gets. All right, it's going to be Tyler Warren out of Penn State to the New York Jets. It is a need of theirs. It is something they need a playmaker, so that works out. Okay, someone said he was banned because he Italian and stuff. I check his phone. No one's going to ban your dad because he's Italian. That'd be crazy. That'd be absolutely crazy. All right, next up, you got the Carolina Panthers. They got to pick, and who they're going to get, honestly, we're going to put offensive lineman, start the poll. What? They do need tackle, I think. So I'm going to put Will Campbell. Jalen Walker. Some fans have said they like Mike Green, so I'll put Mike Green there. And then I'm going to put they have guard and center figured out. I think they need a tackle. Pretty sure. I know they're a good O-line, but I've heard, don't they need a tackle? They need defense and weapons. Strawberry thinks they don't need offensive line. So I'm pretty sure they need a tackle. I think that's like their need. Let me look at the draftings. Yeah, according to AI, they need edge rusher, defensive back, and weapons for Bryce Young. And I guess you're right. Strawberry. They don't need offensive line. Michael in the house. Welcome back. See him, man. He's good. He's fine. All right, we got McMillan. Who else? And Will Johnson. Because the defensive back, D-line, and offensive weapon. And so here we go. Here is the poll, guys. You guys vote. Who do the Carolina Panthers select in the NFL draft? McMillan, Jalen Walker, Mike Green, Will Johnson. Who do they select in the NFL draft? You guys select. So I've seen Panthers fans say they like Jalen Walker. I've seen Panthers fans say they like Mike Green. So I have to be honest. I'm not going to purposely take out Mike Green. I do think we have some trolls in here. I do think we have trolls in here that are going to pick Mike Green because I like Mike Green. I do think that's a thing. So, but hey, I'm going to play how the board lies. How the board lies is how it's going to go. It's how it's going to go. I like Mike Green a lot. It's someone I want the 49ers draft a lot. So I have you set to send alerts on all lives. Oh, thanks, Michael. I appreciate that, man. That's a true wolf pack right there, man. Appreciate it, Michael. That's a true wolf pack right there. Be sure hit that bell icon. You know what I mean? Hit that bell icon. There are 18 people up in here, y'all. Be sure to hit that like button. Vote for the Carolina Panthers. Who are they taking in the NFL draft? Vote, 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 vote. He's not getting drafted with his red flags. Not learned their lesson. Strawberry did not vote. Probably voted Mike Green. All right, we're running out of time, guys. With 10 votes, Mike Green is looking like 30. Oh, it might be McMillan with 11 votes. It is a close one. It is a close one, guys. Jalen Walker, Will Johnson, McMillan, and Mike Green. All right, guys. And the 8th pick in the NFL draft, the Carolina Panthers select Mike Green out of Marshall. Kind of bums me out, not going to lie. But I got to be honest, that's who they're going to take. Mike Green out of Marshall with the 8th pick in the NFL draft. Next up, that hurts, guys. That hurts a lot, man. That hurts a lot. That hurts so much. All right, let's go over to Saints just need defensive help. Like, they need help really everywhere. But all right, according to AI, we're going to go with AI in this one. Cornerback, offensive line, and edge rusher. Those are the top 3 needs according to AI. Other potential needs are wide receiver, tight end, and running back. So what we're going to do is we're going to do cornerback and offensive lineman and edge rusher for the Saints. Start a poll. Let's do. Next one is Jalen Walker. All right. Membu. Because Will Campbell got picked, right? Is Will Campbell still available? Will Campbell is still available. I have to put him on this list then. And the next one's going to be Will Johnson. All right. Here we go. Here's the next pick for the Saints, the New Orleans Saints. Should I put Jackson Dart on this list? Should I? I'm going to put D-end. I'm just going to put D-end. Meaning it could be, at this point, Jalen, Mikkel. Who's the other pass rusher that they would take? Or Stewart. And then we'll do a vote after that. All right. Here are your options. I put D-end because I did not know exactly which D-end they would pick. I've seen Will Johnson connected to the Saints more than any player. They've actually done a list of players that's connected the most. So, According to AI, both left and right tackles are top needs, especially with Ryan Remchek's injury concerns. And that's only one tackle, according to AI. Edge rusher is a need, and so is cornerback as well, because they've lost Paulson Adebo and Ugo Madi from free agents. So corner is their biggest need. Corner is their biggest need for the New Orleans Saints. Corner is their biggest need. Keep that in mind, guys. Corner is their biggest need in the draft. But you guys are saying DN. We got some DN. All right. Yeah, it's almost like Will Johnson. I would have picked Will Johnson for him, but obviously I'm going to let you guys decide who they pick. Honestly, I should have picked Will Johnson and Jahdae Brown. I should put them in the list, but yep. All right, so far we got Will Campbell, Membu with 11 votes right now. Jalen Walk, it looks like it's going to be a D-end based on the votes as it is right now, and I'll set up another situation. You need my thoughts on what? Will Johnson, I think, is all pro, man. I think Will Johnson is all pro. Will Johnson's the guy. I like Will Johnson, man. I've seen enough on Will Johnson, man. He's a top 10. He's a future all pro corner, I think. All right, so that's the end of the poll with 11 votes. I'm going to end the poll. We're going to draft a D-end for the Saints. So I'm going to type in Jalen Walker, Jalen Stewart, Mikel Pierce. What is a corner? I'm not expecting his tackles to be his main thing. He's allowed to miss some tackles. Corners do that. He's not a safety either. He's a corner. He's a future all-pro. Yeah. He's a future all-pro, I'm telling you. If he can't tackle, 49ers would never draft him. He's not the greatest tackler, but he can tackle. I don't understand when someone's saying he's not a great – if you were saying that he's a bad tackler, I disagree with that. I would disagree with that. Breakdowns I've seen is like, yeah, he's not the greatest tackler, but he's good. All right. We got Walker. Oh, shit. I should have voted Shamir. Give him Saints vibes. I mean, just see Demo. That's true. Yeah, Demo's a great tackler. I agree with that. So far, Jalen Walker, Mikel Williams. We got Pierce Jr. out there. No Shamir Stewart. Everyone's like, nah, dude, that's not the guy. I love it. I love it. Be sure to hit that like button, guys. If you haven't hit that like button already, help spread the word of the live. I really, really appreciate it. Right now, we're at 9 likes. If we can reach 10, I'd appreciate it. I appreciate it. Right now, we're at 8 votes. We got Jalen Walker. And I think I'm just going to go with he's marked down as an edge. Shamir Stewart is marked down as an edge. He can play inside, but he's marked down as an edge. 8 votes right now. We're going to go ahead and end the voting right now and give them Jalen Walker just so we can move on to the next team. We're going to give them Jalen Walker out of Georgia, the edge, linebacker, hybrid. Boom! Going to the Saints. You guys voted. That's who you guys got. I would have picked Will Campbell. Not Will Campbell, Will Johnson. Will Johnson would have been the guy I picked. So I'm a little shocked. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little shocked. I'm a little shocked by this one. Next up, you got the Bears. All right. The Bears. All right. And they need Will Johnson. Will Campbell. Because they don't like Braxton Jones. A lot of fans hate Braxton Jones. A lot of fans, from what I've researched, want a new tackle other than Braxton Jones. They also want Genty. They do want Genty as well, but Genty's no longer on the board, so we can't do that. I think Omarion Hampton right now is too soon. Some fans want a wide receiver, so I'm going to put McMillan on the board. And then who else we got? They could use an edge. Type in the Bears draft needs according to AI. All right. Jalen Walker. Kenneth Grant is an option. Who else? Genty's been taken. Will Campbell. A running back, Travion Henderson. Will Campbell. And Tyler Banks. So far it's Tyler Banks. So far it's Kelvin Banks, Will Campbell, a running back, and Kenneth Grant. Those are going to be options. So Will Campbell, I'll put Omarion Hampton. I'll put Omarion Hampton, Will Campbell. Who else has been mocked from the most? Jalen Walker's been taken, obviously. Kenneth Grant. Who was the other guy? Kelvin Banks. Kelvin Banks. And then I know they have Komet, but they could probably go tight end, right? Ashton Genty, Will Campbell, Trayvon Henderson, Ashton Genty, Will Campbell, Kelvin Banks, Will Campbell, Ashton Genty. All right. These are the most mocked players to the Bears. So I'm going to give you three options. It's Will Campbell, Omarion Hampton, Kelvin Banks. And then I'll put Loveland in there because I think that Komet is kind of – I think Komet's kind of falling out of favor, to be honest with you. So I'm going to put Loveland out there, a tight end, because they have the wide receivers. They have Moore. They have a Dunze. They're fine. I think they're fine at wide receiver. So I think they either go running back, offensive line, Loveland, and focus really on the helping Caleb Williams, I think. So this is the options I'm going to put out there for the Bears. Will Campbell, Omarion Hampton, Kelvin Banks, and Loveland. I guess I could have put Membu, but Membu doesn't play left tackle. And they need a guy who plays left tackle. So that's the reason why I didn't put him out there. That's the reason why I didn't put him out there. They have Darnell Wright playing right tackle, which they're fine with. From what fans have said, left tackle, running back mainly has been their biggest bang the table for. Loveland gives me Colts vibes. He's gonna be a Colt. I think he's gonna be a Colt too, like on 10%. From what I've seen from fans, what I've seen from mock drafts and stuff like that, Loveland has just constantly been the guy for the Colts, like over and over and over again. Like if it's not Loveland at this point, it's got to be rather shocking if that's not the case. We got 15 people in here. If you hit that like button, I really, really appreciate it, guys. If you guys haven't hit that like button already, we have 8 votes. The clock is a ticking. We are running out of time. You guys decide who the Bears draft. Right now, we are tied with Will Campbell and Omarion Hampton. Let's freaking fracking go. Kelvin Banks and Loveland all have been picked as well. Who is going to be the future left tackle or future running back of the Bears? I am kind of shocked that you guys picked Omarion Hampton. This to me, this is a little soon for Omarion Hampton, but I would not put it past the Bears to do this though, because Ben Johnson was in the room when they got Gibbs, who was supposed to get taken like in the early second round, was just as ecstatic and just as happy as Dan Campbell was. The rest of that offense, like the rest of that entire front office, they were ecstatic about getting Gibbs. So I would not put it past Ben Johnson to be like, give me my running back. If it's not Genty, give me Hampton. I would not be shocked by that. All right, with 8 votes with the 8 votes from you guys at home, the Chicago Bears are drafting Omarion Hampton or Will Johnson. You guys need to decide. So it's going to be in the poll. I think he's a second rounder myself, but I would not put it past Ben Johnson to pick Omarion Hampton. I would not put it past him. So I'm gonna let you guys decide. Not Will Johnson. Whoops. I did not mean put Will Johnson. That's Will Campbell. Will Johnson is Will Campbell. Will Johnson is Will Campbell. Not I won. It's not Will Campbell. It's that Will Johnson is Will Campbell. I promise. All right, with 9 votes, it's Will Johnson. I meant that to be Will Campbell. I got Will Johnson on the brain, man. I thought it meant Johnson. All right, I will fix this poll then. I'll fix it. I'll fix it if people are all confused. Will Campbell. This is the real one. Okay, I messed up. All right, this is the real one. Here we go. This is the real one. You guys decide. Will Campbell or Omarion Hampton. Let's see if there's any change. 4 votes, 5 votes. Right now, we're still looking at Will Campbell as the guy. Will Campbell came down to 67% to 33%. Omarion Hampton's at 33%. Will Campbell's at 67% with 6 votes. Can we reach 8 votes? We reached 8. Oh, people are taking away their votes. We're at 62% to 38%. It looks like we're leaning towards Will Campbell here. Running out of time. I would not be shocked if Omarion Hampton became the guy. So we're going to go ahead. I think I'm just going to go with this. I think 8 votes is about enough where we're at. So we're going to go with Will Campbell out of LSU for the Bears. Boom. Will Campbell to the Bears. Pah! All right. Next up, you have the San Francisco 49ers. What are the San Francisco 49ers are going to do? I already know what you guys are going to vote. But I'm gonna put it out there anyway. I already know what you guys are gonna pick. All right, you guys vote. Who did the San Francisco 49ers select with the 11th pick in the NFL draft? There's nothing shady about this poll. There's nothing shady about this poll at all. Shedeur Sanders has been selected by the Cleveland Browns. You guys voted Shedeur Sanders to the Browns. All right, but I'm gonna end that poll. It's way too soon to take Teddy, man. I'm not. All right, I'm gonna put out a real poll. That was just a joke. All right, North Korean election type poll says what? All right, no politics. I know what you're saying. I get it. Please refrain from politics. All right, what we got? But that was funny, Juan. That was funny. Membu. All right, who else we got? We got Membu out there. Edge, you got Mikael Williams, James Pierce. I know a lot of people like James Pierce. Let's go. James Pierce. Who else we got? Who else has been connected to the San Francisco 49ers? D-line, D-tackle wise, we got Grant, Derek Harmon, and Walter Nolan. I'm going to pick Nolan has been connected to the San Francisco 49ers quite a bit. I would like Derek Harmon to be an option, but if I only have 4 options that I could choose from, I'm going to put Grant there instead. I would much rather put Harmon there, but I just think that out of the 3, the one that's been the 2 that's been connected the most San Francisco 49ers is going to be Grant or Nolan here. So here are your options. Here you go. You guys vote ahead. For the San Francisco 49ers, who did the San Francisco 49ers draft with the 11th pick in the NFL draft? Don't worry, I did not put Will Johnson there. I did not put John A. Bear in there either. I wasn't going to do it. Don't worry. But I wouldn't be mad if we got Will Johnson. I wouldn't be mad if we got Derek Harvin. But that's what I think is going to happen. All right. So we got Grant, Nolan, James Pierce, and Membu with 6 votes. We're at 67%. Membu right now. Can someone be the difference maker for the Sanford? This is for the San Francisco 49ers, guys. This is a big deal. Whatever we decide here is what the San Francisco 49ers are going to select in real life. Whatever you guys decide here is exactly what they're going to pick in real life. Okay. Who's in second place? It's between James Pierce and Nolan. It's tied right now with 17% each. Membu is in the lead. Membu is in the lead with 57%. Oh, it's James Pierce. Oh, people are going back and forth here. Right. James Pierce and Membu with 7 votes. Grant has 0 votes. Kenneth Grant has 0 votes with the 11th overall pick. I'm actually kind of shocked by that, even if it's just 7 votes. But still, right now, let's see if we can get that one more vote, guys. We need one more vote. One more vote to decide it. If we get one more vote towards Membu, that's going to be the pick for sure. Walter Nolan is number 2 for Papa J. Right now we got James Pierce. Michael says Nolan I pick. He picked Nolan. If we can get one more vote, just one more vote. Honestly, if Mike Green was still available and we didn't give him to the freaking fracking, who do we give Mike Green to? I forgot. Who do we give Mike Green to? The Panthers. I would have just picked Mike Green. All right, with the 11th pick in the NFL draft, the San Francisco 49ers select insane offensive tackle, right tackle who could play guard as well. Armand Membu out of Missouri is a San Francisco 49er. What a pick. Great pick, guys. I love this. Great pick, honestly. If it's not Membu, it is, to me, Mike Green. If not Mike Green, pick a D tackle. I don't care. Any D tackle. And there's no trade. I would like a trade back anyway, but this is your guys' draft, okay? This is your guys' draft, and you guys picked Armand Membu for the 49ers. Next up, you got the Dallas Cowboys. And this one should be interesting. We got the right tackle, the future. We got the right guard, left guard, whatever you want to be of the future. You got a potentially Hall of Fame player in Membu. Every 49ers fan base is going, yay! right now. And I'm with you, Juan. I'm a little salty. Too. I can't believe we gave him Green. You guys broke my heart. All right, so next up you got what? McMillan is an answer. Jihad Campbell to replace Van Der Esch. Shamar Stewart because he helped on D-line. And add an option. One more option. Let me look up. What does AI say? They said running back, wide receiver, and cornerback. So they did wide receiver. According to this, they did wide receiver, cornerback, and running back, and help the defensive line. So we're going to I already put McMillan on there, Jihad Campbell, Stewart, and Omarion Hampton. Wide receivers, McMillan, running backs on there, cornerback. I guess I could put Will Johnson. I guess I'll put Will Johnson instead of I don't know. Jahai Campbell just screams Cowboys to me. It just really honestly does. But instead of that, we'll put Will Johnson. I wouldn't mind putting a joke option here, like a kicker, but I'm trying to take this some jokes. I don't mind jokes, but just a little bit of seriousness. So, all right, you guys pick. I feel like these are the options to choose from. You guys decide the Dallas Cowboys player. McMillan, Will Johnson, Shamir Stewart, Omarion Hampton. According to AI, corner is a need, along with defensive line help. So I gave him Shamir Stewart, Will Johnson, McMillan, or Omarion Hampton. Right now we're tied with McMillan and Stewart. With McMillan and Stewart, I really do feel like Jerry Jones personally would fall in love with an athletic guy like Shamir Stewart just because of hype, right? I do think he would actually pick Shamir Stewart over the rest of the edge rushers like James Pierce and all them. I actually do think he would pick him because of the hype. And like Jeff says, Jerry Jones says they want to get another wide receiver to pair CeeDee Lamb. If you can get the best one consensus, again, hype is an issue. Not an issue, but a thing for Jerry Jones. McMillan been on this list, is one of them for sure. So, honestly, I would pick – it's definitely – I feel like Shamir Stewart would be an option and McMillan for me, really. Either one of them going to the Cowboys. Right now, we are tied with McMillan and Stewart, 43% to 43%. McMillan is really likely that wide receiver room is just CeeDee. That's true. They did get rid of what's his name? I think Brandon Cook is not on there anymore. I think they got rid of someone else too. They did just draft Mozzie Smith in the first round. True. And they re-signed, what's his name? They re-signed another D tackle. I can't remember who, but all right. So it's between Stewart and McMillan, and I will be the tiebreaker, guys, because we got to fly more through this. We've been going live for a while now, so we got to fly through this. We're gonna fly through this. McMillan at 9 votes, and we got 9 seconds left. 8. And all right. Okay. So the answer and the Dallas Cowboys select with the 12th pick in the NFL draft, Tatoria McMillan out of Arizona to pair him with CeeDee Lamb. Next up, Wolfie stuffed the ballot box. I didn't stuff shit. Okay. I didn't stuff anything. You guys are just smart. You guys know what they're gonna do. Okay. Dolphins need safety. I do know that, and offensive line. Starks with the retirement of Terrion John Armstead, they do need tackle, and they also do need safety. So I'm gonna put Kelvin Banks, Starks, Amon Awari. I'm going to butcher this guy's name. Probably didn't spell it right. And let me type in Miami Dolphins. According to AI, Dolphins draft needs are offensive line, guard and tackle, and addressing the backfield, cornerback and safety. So we're going to do that and Will Johnson. Along with the defensive line, we're going to remove Amari and put who do you guys think? I'm just going to put D end, and then we'll vote on the D end. So there you go. This guy's poll right here. Here we go. Starks, Kelvin Banks, D end, and Will Johnson. They do need a safety. They just had a retirement of Armstead, so that would probably be the most logical answer here. It does say they need cornerback help, and it does say they need D-line help, so I just put D in there. All right, with 7 votes, we're at 57%. If we reach 10 votes, that will be the end of the ballot. I could just end it early if we reach 10 votes. Right now we're at 12 people in the chat. If you guys can just vote for the Miami Dolphins at number 13. Who are the Miami Dolphins drafting with the 13th pick in the draft? Time is a wasted. Time is a wasted. On. The Dolphins need the entire first round. That team is cooked. If you ask AI for what, I guess I'll ask it while we wait for the clock to go down. Got like 10 seconds left anyway. According to AI, the 49ers need addressing the defensive line, particular D tackle, and potentially adding a cornerback. Their top three needs are defensive line, corner, and offensive line, according to AI. Those are the top three needs. No respect, man. No respect for Green and Lenore, dude. I swear to God. They do need a third corner, though, and a fourth corner. They're not wrong when it comes to depth. But so the top, it does say offensive line and D tackle particularly. So it's a little right. It's a little correct. All right, so that's the end of the poll. And the Miami Dolphins select Calvin Banks out of Texas. Boop. Bam. Calvin Banks. Next up, the Indianapolis Colts. We're going to go ahead and make this kind of easy. I mean, tight end Loveland. But Colston Loveland, highly connected to the Colts. Tight end, offensive line depth, and defensive backfield. So they need defensive backfield, offensive line, or tight end. So that means we're going to Colston Loveland. Offensive line, defensive backfield. Amar Wari. So we'll put on there. Will Johnson then. Add option. And then who's the other guy? Offensive line. Offensive line, best one available right now. Tyler Booker, Gray Zabel. Josh Simmons, Josh Connolly. I think Josh Simmons is going to fall us between Tyler Booker and Gray Zabel. We're going to put Tyler Booker in the option here. So Booker. Tight end being their biggest need, according to AI. All right, here we go. You guys decide who do the Indianapolis Colts select with the 14th pick. You guys decide. 1 minute. You guys go and make it happen. You guys decide who do the Colts pick with the 14th pick in the NFL draft. 6 votes at 67%. Someone said Tyler Booker. Will Johnson. William Roberts says Loveland. Welcome, William Roberts. Loveland, I think Loveland should be the pick as well, if you ask me. Will Johnson, apparently they need defensive back help according to AI and offensive line help as well. I mean, Tyler Booker, they did lose. Didn't they lose? They lost Ryan Kelly and they lost a right guard. So they do need a right guard, and Tyler Booker can play right guard. So what up, man? Welcome. We need one more vote. If we get one more vote to seal the deal. One more vote to seal the deal. Now I think about it, I couldn't even name a tight end on the Colts. Yeah, I can't either. All right, I think that solves. I think that seals the deal. I think if we got 2 more votes on Will Johnson, no, because the 2 more votes would be 50%. All right, guys, it's going to be Colston Loveland for the Colts. That is just the consensus pick for the Colts. great job, guys. I think that's a great pick, if you ask me. I think that's a great pick. So, Atlanta Falcons draft needs. Their draft needs are pass rush, cornerback depth, and offensive tackle or interior offensive line. So, that means we're going to go with Will Johnson is available. Start a poll. Will Johnson. Pass rush. So you still have what? James Pierce Jr. to choose from. James Pierce Jr. Mikael Williams. And Shamir Stewart. Is it Shamir? I don't even know. All right, you guys decide who the Atlanta Falcons draft. We got 3 pass rushers / DN, one of them being a / DN. One of them is Will Johnson. I was going to put an offensive lineman in there, but from what I've researched, like pass rush has been like their biggest need and like what fans are clamoring for. So I kind of just ignored the offensive line according to AI. They say AI line is the most important position, offensive tackle in particular. So those are your options. You guys let me know who they pick. We got James Pierce and Mikael Williams. 2 votes so far. You guys decide. Oh, my God. 1 Will Johnson, 1 James Pierce, 1 Mikael Williams. Now we got up to Mikael Williams with 4 votes. Mikael Williams takes the lead at 50% with 4 votes so far. It's Shamar, not Shanor. It's Shamir. You mean Shamir. It's Shamir. I'm going to say Shamir from now on. It's Shamir. Be sure to hit that like button, guys. If you haven't hit that like button already, I really appreciate it. Get more people in here, put a little more people involved. We have 30 seconds left in the draft. Mikael Williams at 7 votes. That is a definitive answer because even if it's 8 votes, 7, 9 votes, 10 votes, I think it'll be Mikael Williams. We're going to go ahead and end the poll with Mikael Williams going to the Atlanta Falcons. Will Johnson is falling down the board, y'all. Falling down the board. The Arizona Cardinals. What are the Arizona Cardinals' biggest need? You guys are really breaking my heart, man. Will Johnson is just falling down the draft, dude. Addressing the offensive defensive line, specifically edge rushers and defensive tackles. Linebacker and receiver. So we're going to do offensive tackle, offensive guard, edge rusher, and defensive tackle are their biggest needs. So we're going to go Shamir Stewart, James Pierce. What was the other need? Edge rusher, defensive tackle, an offensive tackle, which is Josh Simmons is available, Tyler Booker, Grayson Bell, and I'm going to put Tyler Booker there as well. James Pierce, Tyler Booker. Who's the other guy? Edge, Shamir Stewart, James Pierce, Ezekiel, Grant, Harmon, or Nolan. We're going to put Grant there, and I'm going to put Grant. Kenneth Grant. And they just signed Josh Sweat and someone else. I did hear about that too. You guys decide. Boom. You guys decide. This is according to the Arizona Cardinals, and AI says the offensive tackle and offensive guard, edge rusher, and D tackle are their biggest needs. They signed Hassan Reddick, but I would not put stock into that, to be honest with you. And the only offensive tackle that's really available, I don't think they would take a risk on, is Josh Simmons. It's Shamir, man. It's Shamir, I'm telling you, bro. It's Shamir. If they get Shamir Stewart, they can do inside and outside. Come on, Wolfie, put a QB up there. Put in Jackson Dart. Put Jalen Milroe at 16. All right, who do the Arizona Cardinals draft here? All right, so far, oh my God, with 6 votes, we have a 3-way tie with, they did cite Calais Campbell, but I don't think, there's just certain players I don't think are answers. They're like depth. Like Calais Campbell wouldn't put too much stock into it. Hassan Reddick wouldn't put a lot of stock in that. I think Joshua Sweat is probably the most I put stock in, but there was more like depth. So, yeah, I'm not seeing the poll either. You're not seeing the poll? You guys don't see the poll? It's still there. Did you guys vote? Did y'all vote? Williams Roberts says Booker. Right now, we got 6 votes right now. We got 6 votes. Papa Chess says, I voted. Right now, we're at a 3-way tie. We're at a 3-way tie between Booker, Pierce, and Stewart. That's where we're at right now. They didn't draft Chop Robinson last year. That was I'm gonna end the poll. Strawberry can't see the poll, so I'm gonna go ahead and end it and then restart it. Grant was obviously not being chosen there, so I'm gonna put James Pierce Jr. Who was the other guy? Who was the other guy that I put on there? Who's the other guy I put on there? Shamir Stewart. That's right. Shamir Stewart. Shamir Stewart. Who was the other guy I picked? Who was the other dude? James Pierce, Shamir Stewart, Kenneth Grant. Oh, and Tyler Booker. That's right. And Tyler Booker. Okay. That's right. 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 Tyler Booker. Josh. Boom. All right, here you go. Here's the new poll. Hope you guys can see it. If you guys can't see it, if you guys can see it, there's your guys' options right there. Bam. All right. Chop Robinson went to the Dolphins. According to the internet. I went on the internet. All right, so far we got James Pierce Jr., Shamir Stewart, and Tyler Booker, and Josh Simmons. So far, yeah, it was Darius Robinson. So far, we got James Pierce Jr. going to the – if we get one more vote, I need one more vote to James Pierce, and that will solidify him going to the Arizona Cardinals. Can we get one more vote? 13 people in here. Be sure to hit that like button. If you haven't hit that like button already, I'd really appreciate it. I know what you mean, Darius and all them, like Darius and Chop Robinson. I know what you mean. You're good. You're good. We got 15 seconds left. 15 seconds. Will there be a difference maker going to the Cardinals? And we are done. James Pierce Jr., the San Francisco 49ers are going to have to deal with James Pierce Jr. going to the Arizona Cardinals. But Jesus. All right, Jake, since you are the Bengals fan here, I'm going to let you pick. I'm going to let you take this pick. You decide who the Bengals select here. You got Will Johnson, Josh Simmons, Shamir Stewart, Donovan Azero, Edge, Kenneth Grant, Derek Harmon, Walter Nolan, Will Johnson, Jahdae Brown, Malachi Starks and Amanawari are still available. I love Amanawari a lot. So you got, from what I've seen, a lot of your guys' fan base say they need a safety or guard. That's from what I've seen. I'll let you decide. I'll let you decide who the Bengals take. Amy Cutler, Niners all day. Amy Cutler in the house, 110%, 110%. Jake says, kind of want a linebacker or D lineman. Okay, so you could pick Jihad Campbell, Kenneth Grant, Derek Harmon, Walter Nolan, Shamir Stewart, or Donovan Zero, Nick Scorton, Landon Jackson. Who do you want? You said D-line or linebacker. You can get yourself Jihad Campbell. You said could also use a guard. You can use a guard. That's 110% true. Tyler Booker, Gray Zabel, Donovan Jackson. Who do you want, man? Make the pick. You decide who your team decides. I'm going to give you 1 minute to decide. And go. You got 1 minute to decide for your team. Right now, who is the player? Booker, Zabel, Grant, Harmon, Walt Nolan, Jihad Campbell, Shamir Stewart. Who are you going with? Jake says best defensive end available. To me, right now, Donovan Easy is probably the way to go. I like Nick Scorton a lot. It's between these two. It's between Donovan Easy and Nick Scorton. Either one of them is what I think is the best available. Yeah, I like Amanawari is good. You have 30 seconds to decide. I like Amanawari. Yep. Amanawari is available, man. 6'3", super fast, athletic, plays free safety, strong safety. Put him anywhere, man. He's he kind of reminds me of Minka Fitzpatrick in a lot of ways. Jake says Amanawari. No, Papa, I'm letting Jake make the pick. He says Amanawari from South Carolina is the pick. The pick is in. It is Amanawari from South Carolina going to the Cincinnati Bengals to fix that defense. Phenomenal pick. I love it. I love it. Love the pick, Jake. Big fan. I'm a big fan of that pick. I like Amanawari a lot. More than Starks, if you were to ask me. Big W. Next up, you got the Seattle Seahawks. Let's go. Matthew Golden has been mostly linked to the Seattle Seahawks for sure. What else are their needs outside of wide receiver? Oh, Seattle Seahawks. Their draft needs are offensive line, pass rush, cornerback, and safety. So they could also use a safety as well. So then I'm going to go ahead and put Matthew Golden, Starks. What was the other one? Offensive line, pass rush. So Shamir Stewart. And depth at cornerback or safety, Will Johnson. Then we'll put Will Johnson. Will Johnson is falling in this draft, y'all, in the all-community mock draft. This is going to be the poll for the Seattle Seahawks, and according to AI, they need offensive line help, pass rush, depth at cornerback, and safety. And with Josh Simmons really being the only, I guess I could have put Tyler Booker on there, Gray Zabel, or Josh Simmons. Probably what I should have done instead, but here we go. This is the all Seahawks 16th pick. You guys got 45 seconds remaining. 45 seconds remaining. 45 seconds. You guys have chosen Will Johnson for the Seattle Seahawks. They do have a defensive head coach over there, so it's not out of the realm of possibility. It's not out of the realm of possibility. Will Johnson is falling down these boards. Will Johnson is falling down. Juan says, wow, I disagree with all of these choices. Not going to lie. Who do you got? Who do you think should have been there? Seahawks says need Gray Zabel or Tyler Booker. Let me go ahead. I agree with that too. I think I kind of messed up on this poll. So let me go ahead and fix this poll real quick. I'm going to end this one. I agree. It did say their biggest need is offensive line. So I agree with that. So I'm going to put Booker, Zabel, Zabel, Stewart, and Matthew Golden. I'm going to put Starks. There you go. That's the new. Here's the new poll. Strauer says, I mean, they really need Stewart. I like that. I mean, they really need Stewart. All right, so here's the new poll right here, guys. Did I put Will Johnson in this poll? I don't think I did. I did not. I took out Will Johnson. My bad. They didn't come out. They have Woolen and Witherspoon. You're not wrong. So it's not the end of the world that Johnson got taken out of here. No one picked Booker. You said they need Booker or Zabel, and you don't even pick either one of them. He says they need Booker or Zabel, and he picks someone else on the Stewart Starks. There you go. There you go. Pops up. Okay. That's probably him right there. Oh my God. Yeah, Woolen's he kind of had a fall off since his rookie year. So he kind of fell off a little bit. You guys decide. Seattle Seahawks, who do they get with their 18th pick in the NFL draft? Who do they get? Juan's using reverse psychology. Juan picks Stewart. I voted. I just forgot. That's funny. I picked Booker. Okay. All right. We're at 7 votes, guys. I think this ends the debate. They're going to get Shamir Stewart out of Texas A&M. I love this for them, guys. Juan says Booker. I think they go offensive line or wide receiver personally, but no one picked Matthew Golden, which is wild to me. But all right. It's going to be – Michael says he picked Stewart. And it is done. Shamir Stewart is the pick for the Seattle Seahawks. Let me see, where's that? There it is. Okay. Let me close this. I'm going to close that tab. Okay. We got Shamir Stewart. Bam. Go to the Seattle Seahawks. And they get an A for that pick. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What are their needs? Addressing secondary, edge rush, and interior offensive line. So we're going to go ahead and, secondary? We're going to give them 2 corner options here, guys. They're going to get 2 corner options. You guys are all like, Jesus. You guys are like, we just screwed the Seattle Seahawks. They got Shamir Stewart. Yes! I love it. You guys are diabolical. You guys are diabolical, man. I tell you what, you guys are diabolical. I probably didn't spell John A. Barron's name right, to be honest with you. Johnny Brown, Will Johnson. What else do they need? Malachi Starks and an edge rusher. All right. Now they need an edge rusher, which is going to be who's the other guy? Donovan something. How do you pronounce it? How do you spell his name? How do you spell that dude's name? Donovan. Where are you, dude? Donovan Ezei Ruaku. Ezei Ruaku. There you go. All right. There you go. There's your options for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Packers are probably going to end up. Will Johnson is falling in this draft, but I tell you what. Do y'all think I'm an idiot for taking Montgomery or Will Johnson? No, man. I like Montgomery a lot. It's one of your biggest needs. If you took Will Johnson, I wouldn't hate it. I don't think end of the world, but you guys don't. I don't think you guys have a safety, so I wouldn't say it's the end of the world. They do still have Winfield, yes, but they need another guy on the other side. Remember, a football team has two safeties. I have to use the bathroom real quick, guys. You guys vote. I'll be right back. I'll let you guys decide. I'm going to use the restroom. 7 votes. I'll be right back. All right. I'm back. Okay. What'd you guys land on? 7 votes. We got Will Johnson going to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Will Johnson falling from 12th overall prospect all the way to 19. I think this would be outstanding for the Bucs. If I'm the Bucs, man, I am just clapping all the way home. Pause. Next up, you have the Denver Broncos. And the Denver Broncos need, I believe, a running back for sure. Draft needs are running back, tight end, defensive line, and potentially a linebacker. So we're going to go ahead and pick. What's that? All right. They need. Joe Boyd says he's a complete bust. Well, then be happy because he went to the Seattle Seahawks. So be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Who's available right now? Marin Hampton. According to this, they need running back, tight end, defensive line, and potentially linebacker. So defensive line can mean anything. Linebacker and wide receiver. So we'll put Marin Hampton. I think it's too soon to take a tight end now. Marin Hampton, Jihad Campbell. Who's the defensive players that are left? Kenneth Grant, Derek Harmon, Walter Nolan, and Donovan Izaruku are options. I just spelled I spelled this guy's name wrong, but you know who this is, okay? Izaraku, that's right, Izaraku. Okay. And the other option was D-line. I'm just going to put D-tackle, then let you guys make that decision. I'm just going to put D-tackle. All right, you guys decide who goes to the Broncos. Who goes to the Denver Broncos? They need, according to AI, they need a running back, tight ends, too soon to take Fan Jr. and stuff like that, so I put them out there. Defensive line, so I put out a D-tackle position and the best available D-end available, and a linebacker, which is Jihad Campbell. So this is the options you guys have left for the Denver Broncos. Who do they select in this draft? You have 1 minute to decide. Donovan Izaraku's up there. Joe Boyd, if they take Barron at 11, I will riot. If they take Jahdae Barron at 11, I will lose my fucking mind. I'll be genuinely upset. If they took Barron at 11, I would be upset. I would be genuinely upset, dude. Oh my God. They need wide receiver and running back, according to Strawberry. AI says that wide receiver is a need too as well. It is a need as well. It is a need as well. They have a few needs. According to AI, it's running back, tight end, defensive line, linebacker, and wide receiver is their fifth need, according to AI. The thing is, Boyd, that they have options at 11 that are worth the 11th pick. I don't know if you listen to me, man. Like, I don't think you listen to me. I don't think you ever listen to me, actually. Because I've said that before. They have defensive line options, like Mike Green at 11 is great. If you pick James Pierce, I wouldn't absolutely love it, but he's worthy of the 11th pick. Nick Scorton, I like him a lot. Donovan's great, too. Kenneth Grant is a solid pick at 11. Harmon, Walter Nolan. All great options at 11, man. Seven votes, guys. Omarion Hampton seems to be the guy. Omarion Hampton does seem to be the guy at 20 for them. We need more votes. We're at 7. We're at 7 votes, guys. We're at 7 votes right now. Just need one or two more. Can we get 1 or 2 more votes? I think they do go running back. I think they're going to take Omarion Hampton or Genty if it falls to them, 1 or 2. Heck, I would even argue they probably would take Henderson here. I think they actually would go running back, like no matter what, almost. So, and we got 2 more. We got a couple seconds, and all right, that's the end of the poll. Omarion Hampton is going to the Denver Broncos. They're going to select Omarion Hampton, going to the Broncos. Great pick, guys. Next up, the biggest needs for the Pittsburgh Steelers are Jackson Dart. They need a quarterback for sure. They really don't need offensive line help. I'll be shocked if they need anything offensive line. Steelers. I think they'll go Hampton too, 110%. They need offensive line help, depth, not help, but depth, especially defensive tackle, quarterback, and running back. They need a running back, quarterback, and defensive tackle. Those are the needs of Kenneth Grant, Harmon, and I guess I'll put Henderson. Jackson Dart, Kenneth Grant, Derek Harmon, and Henderson. I'm going to put Trey Henderson, but you guys know that I'm not putting Trayvon Henderson. Boom. This is your options for the Pittsburgh Steelers at 21. Who do the Pittsburgh Steelers take here? Kenneth Grant. All right, we got Kenneth Grant. Jackson Dart. Steelers do need a QB, and I think they're going to take a QB too. I think it's going to be Jackson Dart, or I think they're going to take Shedeur Sanders if it falls to them. Heck, they might even trade up for a guy, I think. Even if Aaron Rodgers is the guy, I think they're going to do that. So far, we got Jackson Dart with 4 votes. We need 3 more. 3 more votes, guys. You guys make the decision here. 5 votes. We're at 60%. Jackson Dart, Kenneth Grant, and Trey Henderson are the options so far. Steelers need a quarterback. 5 votes are in. 30 seconds to decide. We're at 30 seconds, guys. 30 seconds. We're at 30 seconds. 30 seconds. 6 votes. We're at 67%. Kenneth Grant. 15 seconds remain. Jackson Dart is going to be a Pittsburgh Steeler, it seems. And we need to screw them over, says Jake, who's a Bengals fan. For sure. For sure. All right. It's going to be Jackson Dart out of Ole Miss going to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Bam. They get a quarterback of the future. I like this pick. I think you guys made a good pick here, and this is the way to go for sure. Michael says Steelers can go after Rodgers, Cousins, or Wentz, and then have a guy in the back end too. Sending them Dart is screwing them over, says Strawberry. I like Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart is solid, guys. He's a solid player. As for the Chargers, this one's going to be easy, guys. This one's going to be easy. Wide receiver, tight end, and potentially offensive line to bolster Herbert. But I've seen fans begging for defensive help. They want a D tackle. I've heard fans, so I'm not going to listen to AI here. It says wide receiver, tight end, and potentially offensive line. But I think they go D tackle based on what I've researched. They want a D tackle. So I'm gonna give him D tackle. I know I'm not listening to AI here, and I'm gonna put the 3 D tackles that are available, and you guys vote on the 3 D tackles that are available for the Chargers. And I'll put in one wide receiver, which is Matthew Golden. Okay. Boom. There you go. All right. You guys decide. Who do we got? Derek Harmon, Kenneth Grant, Walter Nolan, Matthew Golden. I'm not gonna lie to you. The reason why it says D Harmon, it's because I had a brain fart and couldn't spell it. I had a brain fart. I was like, Derek? I don't have time for this shit. I don't have time. I need to put this out there. All right. You guys decide. And you're on the clock. We're averaging 7 votes. So if we hit 7 votes, that's probably where it ends. Matthew Golden going to the Chargers, it seems. Herbert to Golden would be elite. I don't know. Herbert would have to be elite to make that happen. Boom. We got more votes. 8 votes are in. Golden, Walter Nolan, and Derek Harmon. That's what we got going on here, guys. You guys are picking. And I think that's about the average of 7, 8 votes is what we get. So I'm going to close this poll. Send Ricky Bell and Moody the Chargers for Jim Harbaugh. No, I like Kyle. We're going to keep Kyle. That's the end of the votes. We're going to keep Matthew Golden going to the Chargers, which is actually crazy to me, if you ask me. I think that's wild. But Matthew Golden going to the Chargers should be a great fit for him. They do need a wide receiver help, so it does work out. So there's that. The Green Bay Packers, I think they need corner help. Packer draft needs. Green Bay Packer draft needs. Cornerback, defensive line, and wide receiver. We got Jahdae Brown. All right, so I'll put Jahdae Brown down there. Jahdae Brown. We got defensive tackles falling in this draft. If all 3 of these defensive tackles actually fall like this into the 20s, don't be surprised if the 49ers trade up for one of these guys, if they actually go Membu. Jahdae Brown. Kenneth Grant. Donovan Easy. I'll put Donovan Easy. Easy Wowo, whatever his name is. Donovan. I'm actually going to learn how to spell his name from here on out because of this, right? All right, here we go. Here's the options for the Green Bay Packers. Here we go. Jahdae Brown, Donovan Easy, Kenneth Grant, and Walter Nolan. I know you guys are like, but what about wide receiver? Where's the wide receivers? Let's be honest. let's be real. Let's be real. They have other needs. Not only do they have other needs, they're not drafting a wide receiver with the first round pick. That's not happening. So with the other needs combined with that not happening, I did not put a wide receiver on the list. So this is for the Green Bay Packers. We have Jahdae Brown. So far, the lead for the Green Bay Packers. This is the community mock draft. You guys are making the decisions for the Green Bay Packers. Here we go. I agree. Watch Bell end up on the Chargers and see Naylor because he's playing with Herbert. That would be funny. 7 votes. We got Jahdae Barron. And I think that should end it for the Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers are going to select Jahdae Brown out of Texas, falling to them, which is a need they need. And they will draft a corner there. So they take Jahdae Brown for sure. The Minnesota Vikings up next. I think they need safety, cornerback, interior defensive line, and potential offensive line depth. I'm pretty sure they do need a safety. So, yeah, that's an option. So, we're going to do – oh, I forgot to end this poll. So, they picked Jahdae Brown. You guys have selected Jahdae Brown for him. Start a poll. We're going to do who's available. Who is available? John Campbell is still on the board. Malachi Stark. Oh no! What happened? Oh my god, dude! It was like you're taking forever to make these picks, and it just ended it. Oh my god, that's absolutely hilarious. It just cut out. It says reload the page, and it started us all the way back. I'll share with you guys as you see it. And it brought us back to the original. All right. I'm going to take that as a sign. I think next time when I do this, I'm probably going to do this again. I lost the entire mock. Hold on. Real quick. Let me see if I can redo. I don't remember all the picks. What was it? Cam Ward. I think we picked Shedeur Sanders to the Browns. The Giants selected. What did the Giants select? Didn't they select Travis Hunter, right? I think they selected Travis Hunter. I don't remember all the picks. I think they selected Travis Hunter. Yeah, I think I'm just going to call it then. I think next time I'll start it earlier. With Ward, Sanders, Hunter, Carter, and Graham. So Hunter, Carter, Graham, Genty to the Vegas Raiders. The Jets selected. The Niners selected Mike Green. Says one. I love it. That's absolutely hilarious. I think they selected Tyler Warren, right? The Jets selected Tyler Warren. The Panthers selected Mike Green. Sorry, Juan. I know. Will Johnson. What did the Saints select? Who do we give the Saints? We gave him Jalen Walker, right? Yeah, we gave him Jalen Walker. Then we gave the Bears Will Campbell. Will Campbell went to the Bears. 49ers selected Amon Membu. Torrey McMillan went to the Cowboys. Dolphins selected Calvin Banks because Armstead retired. The Colts selected Loveland. The Falcons selected, I believe, an edge here, right? They selected Mikael Williams, or was it James Pierce? Did they go edge? Kenneth Grant, no. I want to say Will Johnson went to the Bucks. It was Mikael Williams, right? That went to the Falcons. Warren went to the Jets. I'm pretty sure Mikael Williams went to the Falcons. Pretty sure. Yeah, or was it? It's Mikael Williams, right? Williams with the Falcons. Okay. All right, there's that. Shamir Stewart. Who? No, they didn't get Shamir Stewart. They didn't get Shamir Stewart. They got. Who do we give them? Who did we give the Cardinals? We gave the Seahawks Shamir Stewart. I know that. James Pierce. We gave him James Pierce. Bengals voted by Jake. Gave him Montewari. D-line, we gave him Shamir Stewart to the Seahawks. Nah. All right. And then Will Johnson went to the Bucks. Marion Hampton went to the Broncos. Steelers selected Jackson Dart. Chargers selected. Who do we give the Chargers? Wide receiver, Matthew Golden. Because the whole talk of elite with, blah, 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 blah. Green Bay Packers selected Jahdae Brown. Okay, and we're back up to speed. Just like that. So Starks. Starks. They need interior offensive line help, so we'll put Starks. Booker. Gray, Zabel, and interior defensive line help. And they need interior defensive line help. So let's put D tackle, and then we'll vote on the D tackle. There you go. All caught up, just like that. Just like that, y'all. Just like that. We're all caught up. You guys vote, make it happen. Make it work. Make it fly. Oh, there's only 3 people in here. I think it's over. Only 3 people in here, I think. Oh, never mind. Take that back. Booker, and someone said D tackle. I just put D tackle because all 3 D tackles are available. Grant, Harmon, and Nolan are all available. So I kind of just put all 3 because I have 3 of them. I'll let you guys vote on that. Val says, good show. Hey, appreciate it. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. I think with everyone, there's 5 people in here. They're back. We got people back in here. 4. We got Booker, Gray, Zabel. I'd take Gray Zabel just because he could do all 3 things. You know what I mean? Starks did not go to the Dolphins. No, they did not. We gave him an offensive lineman because Armstead was retired. Yep. 4 votes. We got 4 votes. 5 votes. Someone's messing with the thing. Gray Zabel and Booker, either one, it seems. Doesn't matter to them. So it's 50-50 with Gray Zabel or Booker. 2 more votes, guys. 2 more votes. If we can get 2 more votes in here to decide which one goes where. Who do you guys like? 2 more votes. If not, I'm going to make a choice. I'm going to pick the player for him. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ending the vote there. We got Gray, Zabel, and Booker. I'm going to go ahead and give them Booker. Bam. Next up, you got the Houston Texans. Their needs are offensive line, and offensive line. They need a wide receiver, interior defensive line, and offensive line. So, start a poll. Gray, Zabel, Josh Simmons. I did that backwards. Josh Simmons, D tackle, and an option of Egbuka. Egbuka. Here are your guys' options for the Houston Texans. I think you're going to get billed tomorrow for the hours. Actually, I invested into the StreamYard, so I have unlimited hours. We're good. We're good. Made some sacrifices. I made some sacrifices for this. All right. Edge, D-line, you got Grant, Harmon, Nolan. Interior offensive line, Gray, Zabel. And the wide receiver options, Egbuka and Luther Burden. You guys decide. Niners for life in the house. Let's go ahead and vote, guys. All right, we're at Josh Simmons with 50%, with 8 votes. Gray, Zabel at 38, and Egbuka at 12. I am a little bit shocked that people aren't. I'm actually shocked that people aren't going more wide receiver here, to be honest with you. But Gray, Zabel, I think Josh Simmons is going to be the answer here, guys. Be sure to hit that like button if you haven't already. But Gray, Zabel, and it looks like Josh Simmons is going to be the pick for the Houston Texans. You guys have decided to give them, who I think, if not for his injury, the best offensive tackle in this draft. So they get that guy. Next up, you have the Rams, where they're going to have Jahad Campbell. LA Rams. And I know how much you guys love the Rams. They need offensive tackle, linebacker, and cornerback. Okay. So, linebacker, cornerbacks that are available is Maxwell Hairston. Josh Connerly. And it's Josh Connerly, Maxwell Hairston, cornerback and offensive tackle, linebacker and cornerback, and Siobhan Revel Jr. Boom. All right. Pick for the Rams, guys. Picks for the Rams. I know how much you guys love the Rams, man. I know what you love the Rams. I know. But I'm asking you all to just put in some effort here, y'all. Who do you guys got? I know it's brutal. I know. We got a super chat. We got a super chat. Papa J with the $2 super chat saying, I hate the Lambs. Let's go. Thank you. Supporting the channel. Big W. Appreciate you, man. Be sure to like this comment, guys. All right. If you hate the Lambs, like his comment. Straight up. Appreciate you, Papa J. Support the channel as always, man. Big W, man. Big shout out to you, man. Thank you. You guys vote. You guys vote. Officially out of coffee right there. All right. What's the so far? Jahad Campbell looks like it's between Jahad Campbell and Josh Connerly for the Rams. No, I got a super chat from Steve-O as well. Steve-O has shown some love too as well. But yeah, man, Papa J's a big supporter, man. He supports the channel, man. Helps me out a lot. You know, every dollar counts. So I appreciate it, man. I don't take people's hard-earned money for granted. Really don't, man. I really do appreciate that. 26. All right. And if we get a tiebreaker, guys, I'm going to go ahead and be the tiebreaker. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And that's it. And it was Jihad Campbell. Since Papa J sent the super chat, I'm going to give him priority on the tiebreaker. Who do you think they should take, Jihad Campbell or Josh Conerly? I'm going to let Papa J be the deciding factor here. You go ahead and decide out of the two, Josh Conerly or Jihad Campbell. So apparently they need tackle and linebacker. So either one of these options are actually the way to go. Conerly says Papa J, so let's go ahead and give them Josh Conerly out of Oregon. Helps him out. I know that hurts because he's like, oh my God, I had to pick for him, but you're the tiebreaker, so I appreciate you, man. Baltimore Ravens. Ravens draft needs are. The Ravens draft needs are offensive tackle and edge rusher with cornerback and safety help. So edge rusher. They do need a tackle because they got rid of. They do need a tackle. I think there's some tackle issues. All right. I just had a brain freeze. Okay, so they need tackle and edge rusher mainly. So edges are Donovan Ezeudu. Donovan Izar. Oh my God. He's a rocket. I always put an equal sign there. God protect the old man. Stafford is correct. Donovan Izaraku. Who else? Nick Scordon. And the offensive tackles that's left, that's worthy of this pick at this point is Ariante Ursary. Ariante Ursary. I spelled this guy's name wrong, so you're going to have to deal with that. All right, so here's your three options for the Baltimore Ravens. It's tackle, edge rusher, cornerback, and safety. So I guess I could put a corner in there. Maxwell Harrison. Wait, is Starks still available? Starks is falling in this draft, isn't it? Isn't he? Yes, Starks is available, so I'll put Starks instead. Starks is falling in this draft. All right, so here's your best options for the Ravens, according to AI. So I think, honestly, they need edge rusher help. Starks falling all the way down here, I would almost take him just because I think that's just the value is crazy if he fell this far. But Donovan, for me, it's between Donovan and Starks. It's so that's kind of a close. That's tight. That's tight, man. That's tight. That's actually super tight. I honestly could not decide between those two, just because him next to Hamilton, Starks next to Hamilton. Wow. Just wow. That'd be quite the duo. That would be quite the duo. All right, so we're tied at Donovan Easy and Malachi Starks. That's where we're tied right now. If we have a tiebreaker, can someone throw in a tiebreaker? We have 12 people in this chat. If we could throw in a tiebreaker, that would be fantastico. Can someone throw in a tiebreaker? Anyone throw in a tiebreaker? Anyone at all? We got 10 seconds. Tiebreakers met. Oh, we're going back and forth. And we're ending it. Boom. Malachi Starks is the pick with 9 votes. the Ravens select Malachi Starks to be right next to Hamilton, which is insane, which is crazy. Lions draft needs are edge rusher, interior offensive line, and potentially wide receiver and cornerback. So, Nick Scordon. Was that interior defensive line? Interior offensive line is their need. Interior offensive line. So, who's available right now? Gray Zabel is still available, and so is Donovan Jackson at this point. Gray Zabel, Donovan Jackson, and wide receiver Egbuka. It says they need a wide receiver, which I don't think they do, but according to AI, they need a wide receiver help. So potentially wide receiver and corner, but I'm going to do that. I'll put corner instead. I think no, because they have plenty of corners, don't they? They have plenty. It says especially guard. I'm just going to make it these three options because it says especially guard there. And then I'll put wide receiver at Buka. But it says especially guard, like guards like their biggest possible need. And edge. Oh, we still have Donovan Ezekiel, whatever his name is. Donovan, whatever his name is. I'm actually shocked that this guy's actually fallen this far in this draft. There you guys go. There's the options for the Lions. This is for the Lions, okay? Edge rusher help across from Hutchinson would be crazy. Donovan Ezekiel across from Hutchinson. Jesus Christ. Nick Scorenson even. They especially need guard help. Apparently guard help is like their biggest need according to AI. But Donovan, I think either one of these pass rushers across from Hutchinson would be insane. So either one of these pass rushers would be crazy. Either one of these pass rushers. Either one. We're at 5 votes right now. So, baby, who do you think the Lions should take? Who do you think the Lions should take? Who do you think the Lions should take, baby? Who do you think they should take? We got 5 votes saying so far. We got 5 votes. Donovan Ezekaraku is the guy so far. Donovan Ezekaraku. Raku. 6 votes. We got more Raku and Nick Scordon. It's definitely going to be an edge rusher we see here. Crazy because Gray Zabel is still on the board. A little blown away by that, not going to lie. CG Ruthless in the house. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Right now we're voting for the Lions in this draft. This is the community mock draft. If you want to vote who the Lions should take, according to AI, they need guard and they need edge rushers. So decide, vote, and vote. We have one more vote. Juan says, calling now. Lions will have a down season, calling it now. That is actually wild. That is actually wild. Cedar Lewis says, Landon Jackson. Well, Landon Jackson is not on the board. So you got to pick one of these guys here on the board. 2 edge rushers that are available. I don't think they're going to take Landon Jackson. That'd be crazy if they actually did that. I'm actually blown away by that. I'd be blown away if they did that. If Nick Scordon and Zeke Karuka are on the board and they take Landon Jackson, that'd be crazy. I think that'd be crazy. All right, time is up. We're ending the vote. They're taking Donovan Ezekaraku from what school actually is that from? Boston College, going to the Detroit Lions. Oh my God. Oh my God. They're taking Donovan Izaraku. Next up, Washington Commanders. Available. Commanders draft needs are. What do you need? All right, their edge. They need a pass rusher on defense, defensive back, and another wide receiver. So they need a pass rusher, pass rusher, pass rusher. That's what we're gonna do here. Pass rusher, pass rusher, pass rusher. A lot of you guys were like, "Man, I am not even gonna bother to try to help out the Lions." All right, so we got Nick Scorton. All right, Nick Scorton, Egbuka. Defensive back, Maxwell Harrison. And Siobhan Revel Jr. You decide. You decide. You decide. Put 2 corners on the board, and edge rusher Nick Scorton and wide receiver Egbuka. Those are your options for the Commanders, because they need particularly edge rusher, a defensive back, and another wide receiver. And I think after you get rid of Scorton here, after Scorton is gone, I think the rest of the first round edge rushers are gone, if you ask me. I think Nick Scorton's the last first round worthy D tackle. We still have all 3 D tackles, by the way, on the board. None of the D tackles have been drafted yet, which is crazy work. And remember, there's no trade backs or trade ups. So that means, this obviously kind of constricts the board a little bit, where it's like players falling just people. Because you know that if like all 3 of these D tackles were available, someone in the second round would easily trade. Like the 49ers would easily trade up at this point in the draft to make sure they get one of those D tackles that are available for sure. So that's definitely the case. Right now they have wide receiver Egbuka. Egbuka, McLaurin, Deebo Samuel, dude. They have Jaden Daniels have weapons. Would have weapons. All right. Gray Zabel's still out there. All 3 D tackles are still. Jahad Campbell is still on the board. Because right now it says their biggest needs are edge rusher, defensive back, wide receiver. They do need run defenders, so maybe but they have 2 D tackles. I think they have 2 D tackles. So they don't really need a D tackle. Offensive line probably would have been an option too as well. Scorton is without a doubt an edge. He is an edge. Best available D end available. Gray Zabel is going to go to KC. It definitely seems like that because they do need offensive line help. All right, so we're at 7 votes, and clock is up. They are getting wide receiver Egbuka heading to the Washington Commanders. I like Luther Burden. I'm actually shocked that he's way down here, but Egbuka goes to the Commanders. Next up, you got the Buffalo Bills. They definitely need corner help. Buffalo Bills fans that I know say they like corner, and like D end as well. But let's see what the AI thinks. Buffalo Bills draft needs. Cornerback, D tackle, and wide receiver. Cornerback, D tackle, and wide receiver. We're going to go ahead and give you 2 corners. Now I'm going to give you 2 D tackles. Kenneth Grant and Walter Nolan. Here are your options for the Buffalo Bills. Siobhan Revel, Maxwell Harrison, Kenneth Grant, and Walter Nolan all are available on the board. D tackle, corner, and wide receiver are their most pressing issues according to AI. Cornerback being the most pressing issue. Wow, we're at Kenneth Grant and Walter Nolan. We have no cornerback options here. That's actually crazy, y'all. That's actually crazy what you guys are doing here. That's nuts. 5 votes. Oh, we got one Maxwell Harrison here. We got one. Kenneth Grant seems to be most likely the pick here. We have 40 seconds left to decide. Bills need a cornerback too. I agree. I'm actually blown away right now. What we have right now with Kenneth Grant is up there. Jake says, I voted Harrison. All right, I voted Harrison. I'm throwing that out there right now, okay? I'm just throwing that out there right now, all right? What we got? Someone said Siobhan Revel. Okay, we have 6 votes. Kenneth Grant, we have 10 seconds left. And that is it. As Kenneth Grant is going to the Buffalo Bills, guys. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. I don't love it, but this is you guys spoken. You guys have spoken. And that's who going. All right, the Kansas City Chiefs. They need offensive line help. Yeah, Elon was trash. I think they traded him, actually. So Gray Zabel, who can play tackle if you need him to. Ursuri. Yeah, no, I think corner should have been definitely been the pick. Kansas City draft needs offensive and defensive lines, particularly offensive tackle, D tackle, and edge rusher positions. So Walter Nolan. Derek Harmon. Ursuri Gray Zabel. What was the other options? An edge rusher. So that guy and Nick Scorton. Who's the other guy? Yeah, Jalen Moore that's gonna be crazy bad, dude. That's gonna be crazy bad. That's gonna be crazy bad. There we go. All right. This is your options for the Kansas City Chiefs. You guys decide to help out the Kansas City Chiefs. These are your options. You got Nick Scorton, Walter Nolan, Derek Armin. I can't spell his name with like going back and forth. It would take forever. For the Kansas City Chiefs, we got two votes: Walter Nolan, Derek Harmon. I got a feeling none of you guys are going to vote because you guys cannot help out the Kansas City Chiefs. I just started the thing. Gray Zabel is more of a guard center, and I kind of just took him out because Ursuri is tackle. According to them, they need tackle the most. So I took Gray Zabel out. And they need edge rusher, D tackle, and then they need offensive tackle. And I just thought the best offensive tackle available is Ursuri. And then after that, that's what it is. It's guard. So I took out Gray Zabel. Besides, they don't deserve Gray Zabel. They don't deserve Gray Zabel. They don't deserve Gray Zabel. All right. All right. Running out of time here. And we're not giving them any of those D tackles, says Strawberry. Oh, that's absolutely hilarious. So Ursuri it is. It does seem like Ursuri. It's going to be Ursuri, guys. Ursuri is going to go to the Kansas City Chiefs. You guys are ecstatic right now. I'm certain of it. Going to the Chiefs. The Philadelphia Eagles. Is Nikita in the house? Nikita, are you in the house? If you are here, you get to decide who the Philadelphia Eagles get to pick. If Nikita is still in the house, you decide who the Philadelphia Eagles pick. If you are not here, we will do a vote. Do we have to pick for the Eagles? Yes. It is the last one, and then we bounce for this 3-hour draft. If Casey misses the playoffs, I will be giddy. Yeah, she is here and fell asleep on phone. Well, according to the Eagles, they need an edge rusher, interior defensive line, and offensive tackle. Well, that's actually crazy to me. If you ask me, I think they need more of a guard. But edge rusher and interior defensive line is what they need according to AI. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and pick Walter Nolen, Derek Harmon, I don't think you should told us that, Michael. No, you're good. You're good. We'll just let her be, man. It's all good. Don't worry about it. Edge rusher and interior offensive line, Nick Scordon. Nick Scordon is still on the board. Yep, they do need edge help. And then they do need a guard. I think they need a guard, not offensive tackle. I think they need a right guard. I could be wrong. I think they need a right guard. So I'm going to put Gray Zabel because I do think they need a right guard, if you ask me. So these are options for the Philadelphia Eagles. Walter Nolen, Derek Harmon, Nick Scordon, Gray Zabel. If you are the Eagles, this is a great scenario for you. And from what I've seen from Eagles fans, they love Walter Nolen. Nick Scordon, 2 votes. We got 2 votes, 3 votes. 3 votes is the last pick of the draft, and then we bounce. And then wash with C bounce. Then we wash with C bounce. Out of here. Okay, 50%. Walter Nolen, Nick Scordon. We got 4 votes. Walter Nolen, Nick Scordon. What do we do here? 4 votes. We just need just a few more, and then we bounce. Wash, we see bounce. Then we wash, we see bounce. You know the song stuck in my head. Can we get a tiebreaker? We got 4 votes. We just need 1 more vote for a tiebreaker between Walter Nolen and Nick Scordon. Who are we picking? I know there's one of you guys, there's 11 people in here. One of you guys can be the deciding factor for sure. Someone picked Derek Harmon. Michael says Nolen. All right, so I will let him be the tiebreaker here. And we're going to end the poll there. It is Walter Nolen out of Mississippi Ole Miss going to the Philadelphia Eagles. That is a dream scenario for the Philadelphia Eagles. From every Philadelphia Eagles I've seen from mock drafts, from what I've seen on TikTok, they're saying either we get Starks or Walter Nolen. Those are 2 players they absolutely love. And if they get Walter Nolen, they are ecstatic. They are losing their minds right now. They are destroying their town. They just won another Super Bowl if they get Walter Nolen. That is a player they absolutely love. So, all right, guys, that is the end of the all community mock draft. It just took 2 hours. That's all, That's all it took. Let's go ahead and go through the all community mock draft. You guys made this decision. This was all you guys. We'll just go through real quick, and then we'll bounce out of here. Cam Ward to Tennessee. Makes sense. Cleveland to Sanders to Cleveland. I'm shocked by that. Hunter to the Giants. I'm fine with that. Carter going to the New England Patriots. Graham to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Genty to the Vegas. Tyler Warren to the New York Jets. Mike Green to the Panthers. Jalen Walker to the Saints. Will Campbell going to the Chicago Bears. The San Francisco 49ers have selected Armand Membu. solid pick. Okay, it's between him or Green. Sadly, missed out on Green, so Membu is there. Sorry, Juan. I feel bad for you. McMillan went to the Dallas Cowboys. Banks with Armstead gone. Taking Banks makes sense for them. Loveland is a shoo-in for the Colts. Mikael Williams, they need an edge rusher. Why not get a guy in the home state? Perfect spot. James Pierce, the 49ers are on the deal with James Pierce from Tennessee. Hopefully he's not good. Hopefully not. Amonawari, picked by Jake. Great pick. I love that. Great guy. Stewart going to Seattle Seahawks. I love that pick, guys. Will Johnson going to the Bucks. Great pick there. Amarian Hampton, running back. Definitely seems to be the pick for the Broncos, no matter what I think. The Pittsburgh Steelers get their future quarterback in Jackson Dart. Matthew Golden pairing him up with Justin Herbert. Great pick. I think that's a great pick, guys. I really honestly do. I think they go D-tackle. That's a great pick, I think. Jahdae Brown for the Texas. Great pick for them. They need a corner. Tyler Booker. They need a guy to help protect J.J. McCarthy. Great one there. Simmons, you're taking a risk, but hey, if he's healthy and good, C.J. Stroud has a great protector. Connolly went to the Rams. Between him and Jai Campbell, you guys gave him Connolly to help out protect the statue that is Matthew Stafford. Malachi Starks went to the Ravens. Ezekiel Ruku went to the Detroit Lions. I would have picked a guard instead. Washington, they get a wide receiver mixed with what's his name? McLaurin and Deebo Samuel. Great for Jaden Daniels. Kenneth Grant went to the Buffalo Bills up the middle. And Ursery, honestly, I think they would have picked D-tackle there, but you guys were like, no D-tackle. And then the Eagles got Walter Nolan. The one that I disagree with the most, honestly, is probably Kenneth Grant. I think Buffalo should have got a corner here. Washington should have got an edge. And Detroit should have got a guard. But for the most part, though, outside of that, I think this was a great draft. Appreciate you guys being a part of this. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much. This was a 3-hour and 20-minute live. I did not expect this to go this long. Thank you guys so much. It's almost dark outside. That's something like dinner. I didn't walk the dog, so that's like neglect right there. I'm starving. Thank you guys for being here for part of the community mock draft. I thought this was fun. This was a blast. We'll do this again for sure. But next time, that's gonna be the first thing we do. We're just gonna jump right into it. Okay. So it doesn't last 3 hours and 20 minutes. I appreciate everyone being here from start to finish. You guys are amazing. I thank you guys so much. Strawberry says, why does Sanders to the Browns make sense? I don't think it makes sense. I think they should personally go. I think they should go somewhere else than just quarterback for Sanders, but it doesn't make sense as in like, that's something that they should do in my opinion. If they went there, I'm also not surprised if that makes sense, but thank you guys so much for being part of this from start to finish. You guys are awesome. Thank you for liking the video, being part of this mock draft. I most likely will go live again tomorrow and then a live on Tuesday with Terradome at 9 a.m. So be there for that. Thank you, Jake. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Strawberry. You're awesome. I appreciate you. Papa J, best model broken ass for. Thank you for the super chat, supporting the channel. Michael, thank you so much. Val, of course, OG. Nikita was here earlier. I appreciate her as well. Strawberry, I just said that. Juan, thank you so much. You're awesome. CJ Ruthless, thank you for popping in. I appreciate you. I think there's a few other people that came up in here. I'm going to bounce those. Steve-O, thank you so much. I appreciate you as well. There was someone else. Jake, I think I said thank you, Jake. Boyd, I appreciate you coming up in here too as well. William Roberts. Rob D, bringing the D, of course. And that is Amy Cutler saying, let's go Niners for sure. Let's go Niners. Bang, bang, Niner gang. And that is everything. And Jeff, of course, Jeff being here a while too, I think as well. Thank you guys so much for being part of this live. Support the live. Sub if you haven't subbed already. Like this video if you haven't liked this live already, because every single like makes my 49ers heart grow from here to here. All love, fam. I'll see you next video. Bang, bang, Niner gang, baby.